unknown object that seems to be heading for the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. There are reports of strong gusts, lightning strikes, and thunder. Officials are urging fans to take shelter in the rink and watch for the battle.
On the air. We'll have another drive here. They go back behind the net looking for centering play. There it is. They score. It's 1-0. Thunderbirds take the lead here on the road. Hit in front. There it is. They score. Jack, Gus Ford comes over, and there's a hit. And here we go. Shooting one through a screen. I don't know how Boris Babic saw it, but he did. Gets to work. They fire when they score. Roman Kramer wins the game in overtime. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome live inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Twin City Thunderbirds hockey on YouTube and WTOB radio tonight. Kendall Grayson with you as always. Thanks for tuning in as we've got a 6:05 puck drop on the way between the Thunderbirds and the River Dragons of Columbus. Columbus last night with a 2-1 win. They scored twice in the final regulation period. In the third period, it was a goal from Kyle Moore and then a power play goal from Alex Storjohn after Gus Ford scored for the Thunderbirds back in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. We didn't have any scoring in the Flow second period, and then in the third period, the third and final frame, the Culver's third period, it was back-to-back goals for Columbus that gave the River Dragons a 2-1 win in a 2-1 series lead in this season series. 6 meetings between the two teams this season, and the River Dragons won the game last night. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can bounce back tonight. 6-11 now the record for the Thunderbirds, and the 12th victory of the season last night for Columbus. So the River Dragons in their third place positioning in the Continental Division standings, Thunderbirds in 5th place. And they pick up the loss last night for the Thunderbirds. They dropped to .500 on home ice last night and now have a record of 5-5. I mentioned the standings, and we'll have a look at those here during the pregame show as we see Columbus in 3rd and Twin City in 5th. And it's Athens still leading the way at the top. So Athens at the top with 45 points, Monroe in 2nd with 38, Columbus in 3rd with 34, PD's in 4th, 24 points, Twin City with 17 points in 5th. And then it's Biloxi with 15 points, Baton Rouge in 8. In the Empire Division on the other side, the Binghamton Black Bears lead the way with 52 points, Port Huron with 33. Then it's Topeka in 3rd with 31, Danbury in 4th with 29, Blue Ridge in 5th place in the Empire Division with 26 points. Watertown is in 6th with 18, and Indiana in 7th place in that division with 11 points so far this season. We'll take a look now at the leaders between the two teams going into tonight's game, updated from last night, as Gus Ford leads the way with 27 points. It's Josh LaBelle with 21. Zach White has 20. And Ford, of course, scoring his team-leading 12th goal of the season last night in the first period. Boris Babic was very good in net, but unfortunately took the loss in goal in his 10th game of action this season. It will be Dyson Skinner in tonight's game, and we see the goaltending statistics on the other side for Columbus. They also will swap their goaltenders, and so Tyler Roy won the game last night, but it's Trevor Babin back in the pipes here in tonight's game. And we certainly think back to earlier this season when there was a bit of a moment to our left and a lot of action between these two teams with the goaltender getting involved. And so we see the goaltending statistics there with Tyler Roy and Trevor Babin on the other side. Dyson Skinner with a .904 save percentage, a .90 save percentage for Boris Babic, .898 for Tyler Roy, .896 for Trevor Babin. Again, Dyson Skinner versus Trevor Babin is the goaltending matchup. Tyler Barrow with 33 points. Alex Storjohn scored the game winner last night on the power play. He's got 25, and Ryan Hunter has 23. And so it's time to take a look at the leagues, at the schedule from around the league, as we'll keep you updated as we always do all throughout the night on what's going on around the FPHL. We have our game at 6:05. That's the early start. That'll be the only game going on for a while. And then it's Danbury at Binghamton, Indiana at Port Huron, Biloxi at Monroe, Baton Rouge playing host to Topeka, PD hosting Athens, and Blue Ridge hosting Watertown tonight. All right, we'll step aside for the first time here in the pregame show. And when we come back, we'll hear from head coach Steve Harrison with our weekend preview as I caught up with him earlier this week, and he previews the weekend matchups, both games against Columbus, and then we'll have the 6:05 puck drop for you after that. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Thunderbirds Hockey on YouTube and WTOB Radio. Kendall Grayson with you as always, and tonight we'll see if the Thunderbirds can bounce back from last night's loss and win for the 7th time this season.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Gunny's telling you to bring your toys to Tots for hockey games this weekend. Hey Boris, what are you doing?
Hey, packing joy for the holidays.
Is that for Toys for Tots?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Toys for Tots. The last day to bring in your toys to our games is December 12th. Flock together.
Go Bert.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporaries. As proud sponsors of the Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
When you're craving that slow smoke flavor done right here in Winston-Salem, there's only one place to go, Honky Tonk Smokehouse. From tendered pulled pork and fall-off-the-bone ribs to fresh house-made sides, Honky Tonk has it all. Not a meat lover? They've got delicious vegan options too. And when it's time to party, let Honky Tonk Smokehouse handle the catering and event planning. They'll bring the flavor to you. Stop by 145 Jonestown Road and taste why the locals here can't get enough. Honky Tonk Smokehouse.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com.
Two pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS5OFF. Cotton & Crate, two pillows, endless possibilities.
Kendall Grayson here with head coach Steve Harrison for our weekend preview against the Columbus River Dragons. Coach, we'll go back to last weekend. A couple of nice wins against the PD Ice Cats. What'd you like there in those games? I know we talked about on the coaches show a lot, but two good results for you, and especially the one here on home ice, the overtime win.
Yeah, no, I just like the way we responded after, the weeks before that, where I think we've put some things together. We haven't put it all together. And I thought this weekend here, for the most part, I thought we had two solid, pretty good games there. The one against PD in there, other than late in the second period, it was more penalty trouble, but a lot of it had to do with a few giveaways. But no, for the most part, I thought it was two solid games where you bend a little bit, but you don't break. And if we can continue to do that and build on the good things, even to be better, I believe there's the ceiling is still there. Like we haven't reached the ceiling yet. So that's what I'm looking for, and the consistency. That's what you got to get to. So, and I know this weekend here is going to be it's going to be a little bit of the same. As I said, this whole month is going to be it's a battle, and they're going to come. You and I have talked about it last night there. Yeah, as I said, you've seen it a little bit, but something about Columbus coming in. It's a big rivalry, and it's always a good game. So I expect this weekend is going to be two hard-fought games, and we have to play well away with the puck and without the puck, and just get that consistency. And if we do that, we're going to give ourselves a chance to be successful. And that's all you can ask at the end of the night. Don't shoot yourself in the foot, and play a strong game.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks very much.
Flow Offer to Purchase makes it easy for you to generate an appraisal for a vehicle online in under 5 minutes. You can confidently use Flow Offer to Purchase to determine your vehicle's trade-in value or to get a real offer to sell it to us. Here at Flow, we've always had a transparent, interactive appraisal process that our customers love. We developed our Flow Offer to Purchase tool to offer you that same great experience online or through our Flow Garage app anytime, anywhere. Using Flow Offer to Purchase is simple. Either enter your license plate number or VIN, and the system will pull up basic information about your vehicle. Some vehicles have options or extras that need to be selected in order to pull an accurate value. Then just tell us about the current condition of a few things like your tires, dents and scratches, or mechanical issues. From there, a real offer on your vehicle, whether you buy from us or not, is just a click away. Just a heads up, our staff will check over your vehicle to ensure your Flow Offer to Purchase is accurate. Your satisfaction is our priority. Flow Automotive dealerships have processed tens of thousands of vehicles using Flow Offer to Purchase, which has resulted in buying many thousands of cars from customers. Try Flow Offer to Purchase for free today. You can access this tool by clicking Sell Trade on flowauto.com or your dealer site by starting the Sell Trade dialog in the center of the homepage.
April 21st, 2009. Dear Amy, today your life is going to change forever. At 5 p.m., you will give birth to a little boy, almost 3 months premature. When the doctor tells you that your little baby has a brain bleed. And the hardest part is when you pack up to go home from the hospital, he won't. But he won't be alone. And all the doctors and nurses at Atrium Health are going to take such good care of him. And they'll reassure you that there's no better place for him to be. But as time passes, you'll begin to understand this child is special. He'll fall in love with soccer, training to someday join the U.S. Paralympic team. This little boy is not only alive, he's thriving. And believe me when I say, everything is going to be okay. How do I know? Because I am you. 13 years later. Sincerely, Amy Wilotica.
And welcome back live inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Kendall Grayson with you as always. Twin City Thunderbirds hockey as the Thunderbirds look to win for the 7th time this season and 6th time here on home ice. We hope you enjoyed the interview there with head coach Steve Harrison, our weekend preview, as he looked ahead to this, what we think will be a tightly contested series this weekend. A one-goal game last night, the 5th consecutive one-goal game the Thunderbirds have played. And we'll see if they can find themselves on the right side of a result tonight. Last night, good effort from the group. They had the 1-0 lead thanks to Gus Ford in the first period and led for 1-0 for most of the game. Going into the third period, still holding on to the 1-0 lead. Within an even strength goal from Kyle Moore and a power play goal from Alex Storjahan changed the momentum. And the Thunderbirds tried to tie the game, of course, there at the end. They had the extra attacker out there with Boris Babic, lifted and just couldn't do it to find the next goal in the game. It will be Dyson Skinner in net tonight. He's going to look for his 3rd victory of the season, 5th victory of his career. On the other side, Trevor Babin will look to win a game for the 5th time this year and the 62nd time in his career. Michael Mania, the only player out of the lineup tonight for the Thunderbirds, and so that means that Jacob Schnapp, who will be our guest on the Coach Harry Show at Little Italy coming up on Tuesday. He's going to draw back in the lineup after missing last night's game. Schnapp has 3 goals, 2 assists on the season. He has played in 13 games to this point, 182 career games in the FPHL. He's got 52 goals, 67 assists, and 530 penalty minutes. Fan favorite here in this area of Winston-Salem, and we'll see if he can provide the team a spark as he draws back in the lineup this evening. They've got the smoke going now, and once they get the fog cannons completely drained and the smoke fills to our left, they will turn the lights down, and we'll see the Thunderbirds hit the ice, looking to win for the 7th time this season. Twin City on home ice coming up a week from tonight. Home game against PD. We'll be on the road on Friday night, right back to the Florence Center where we were a week from last night, as it's the same schedule again with the PD Ice Cats, the opponent next weekend. Back-to-back games, away game on Friday, home game on Saturday. And then the weekend after that, following the Christmas holiday on the 25th, the Thunderbirds will play this same River Dragons team on the road for the first time this year and the only time this year on the 26th and 27th. So they'll have one trip to Columbus this season in the regular season, and that's coming up after the Christmas holiday on the 25th. Final home game of the 2025 calendar year will be played against Blue Ridge at 8:35 on Wednesday. That's New Year's Eve. On the 31st, of course, of December. So that's what it looks like here coming up in the next few weeks. It'll be back-to-back games against Athens for Columbus next weekend. And we'll see if the Thunderbirds can tie this season series with 2 wins apiece. Finding a victory tonight, and certainly would go a long way in terms of momentum. When the power play goes out there, the Thunderbirds will look to score a power play goal for the 14th time this season. They're 13 of 79 entering the weekend, entering last night's play. River Dragons scored on the power play for the 20th time this year in the Storjahan game winner in the 3rd period last night. Head coach Steve Harrison and the staff out there behind him as they go to the bench. And a nice round of applause from the fans here at the fairgrounds. And so Coach Harrison to the bench with equipment manager Mike Murphy right behind him. And of course Cap, the bench medic, Damian Poole, who has been in the fire and emergency services since 1994. Sierra was born. So he's been doing it a long time, Mike Murphy. And Coach Harrison out there to the bench now. On the other side, it's Jerome Boom Boom Bouchard as he leads the River Dragons. Also led the Cottonmouths of the SPHL that played out of Columbus. And he's been a staple in the Columbus hockey community for many years now. So the Thunderbirds in their black sweaters, they exit the locker room and head back to the main entrance. You hear the officials being greeted right now as they skate out on the ice for the first time tonight. So now the lights come down. The red floodlights are turned on. The smoke continues to fill. And we will soon see the entrance of the Thunderbirds on this Saturday night, with the puck drop on the way at 6:05. We'll see what type of game we get. Of course, the last couple of games against 2 different opponents, PD and Columbus, have been low scoring for the Thunderbirds at 2-1. They had the high scoring 5-4 win on the road last Friday night against the Ice Cats. But since then, it's been a couple of tightly contested, low scoring hockey games that you see a lot of times in the postseason. Those types of style of games, not a ton of power plays for either team, and both goaltenders having to be elite. And both goaltenders were last night. I expect both goaltenders will be the same tonight. And that's the type of hockey I think we'll get. The national anthem, as always, will be presented by the American Elevator Company. We'll have the Geico of Winston-Salem starting lineup. And then the call of the Pine Tree Tavern first period. The River Dragons hit the ice first, led by their netminder, Trevor Babin. The Geico of Winston-Salem starting lineup when it is announced. It's going to be Jan Salak, Gus Ford, Yuri Pestuka, Josh LaBelle, Luke Dobles, and Tyson Skinner will start the game in net. So now the River Dragons on the ice, and we'll see the Thunderbirds hit the ice next. And here they come. And with that, we are ready for hockey on this Saturday night at the fairgrounds. Thanks for tuning in. It's the Thunderbirds moving right to left in their black sweaters, and the River Dragons left to right in their primarily white jerseys. It's netminder Trevor Babin to my left and Dyson Skinner to my right. Skinner looking to win a game for the third time this season, native of Billings, Montana. And Trevor Babin looking to win a game for the fifth time this year. He's from Philadelphia. Here we go. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can bounce back from last night's loss and even up this season series. And with that, we are underway. Sit back and enjoy it, and thanks for tuning in on this Saturday night. It's back in behind the net immediately, and we pause here at the start because we've got a penalty on the board already. Thunderbirds are starting this game on a 5-on-4 power play. And we'll have to see how that one was scored in the online scoring system. I've been doing this a long time. I think this is only the third time I've ever seen a power play to start the night. It's Kramer up the left wing, looking for action immediately, and it just goes away from Zach White. And so we'll see it collected here in the defensive end. Back behind the goal of Dyson Skinner. Here's Kramer over the red line, onside now. Roman Kramer firing in front, and that one hit the post as they got a chance from Zach White on the far side. Nice little play there, near side to LaBelle. Power play to start the game. Long shot, tipped right in. The rebound, they're looking for it, and it's gloved up by Babin and kept out of the back of the net. We have 19 minutes left in the period, and now 1:01 left to go on this opening power play of the night that started at the beginning of the hockey game. It is a pregame warm-up violation, bench minor penalty, as it was scored. And so we'll see if we get any other information as the night goes along. But it's a bench minor for a pregame warm-up violation. And it's being served by Tyler Barrow at 0 seconds of the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Onside Butita, far side corner. And he got tripped up, goes down. We continue on here on the 5-on-4. Jacob Schnapp, as I mentioned, draws back in the lineup. Didn't play last night. He moves along in the power play. Now Carter fires in looking for a tip from Schnapp. And it goes wide to the far side corner. Thunderbirds on the attack early here on this opening power play of the night. It's Jan Salak holding on to it. Goes across to find Pastuca. Now back to Salak. Powers one towards the net and kicked out by Trevor Babin. Back to Carter. Carter off the backhand. He'll zip it down low. As the Thunderbirds working here on this 5-on-4. Collision along the half wall. Carter has it. Takes it back behind the goal. Looks for an option. Holding on to it for now. You hear the tap of the stick from Skinner. As the penalty is almost over. As the River Dragons will find it and clear it out to the logo. And so that's it for the power play. But the Thunderbirds with 4 shots on net during that opening power play of the night. So shots now showing to us is 4-0. Here's Roman Kramer in the near side corner. Kramer looking to move it along, trying to find a tip from Zach White, and it got blocked in front of the goal of Babin. Far side corner. Keeley finds Kramer. In front he goes, and he had White open. And they just miss on that exchange. White got it back, returned it to Kramer. Roman Kramer goes in front. He tried to, is blocked though by Josh Colton. What action here early on as Kirk Underwood plays the puck. Looking to move it out of harm's way for Columbus, and he'll do that. Gets it up to Tyler Barrow. Here's Storjahan onside. They'll chip it wide of the net of Dyson Skinner. Now it's off the side of the goal of Skinner, and the puck is fouled by James Farmer. Up to Roman Kramer, and looking for it is Zach White. White goes across the rink, and he looks for a line change. Yuri Pastuca steps onto the ice to replace him. Pastuca's out there. Keeley, Kramer. Now they'll change. As we see a hit here on the defensive end, just along the blue line. As Farmer's looking to fish it free. Farmer and Pastuca, they'll battle for it. 4-on-4 battle with Gus Ford looking on. Now Ford and his number 10 counterpart, Wickline, will look to see if someone can free it up. And they found it. So the Thunderbirds have LaBelle. He swung down along the red line at center. And we keep playing even strength here, 5-on-5. Here's Farmer finding a pass up to Jan Salak. Salak looking to play it near side, taken right back by Columbus. Back and forth we go. We're still scoreless in the first 4 minutes of the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Stolen by LaBelle. LaBelle has Ford with him. Here's Ford. Near side, returns it back to LaBelle. Down low he goes on the pass, and it's way behind Ford. It's in the near side corner. So Gus Ford finds it and goes working from there. Looking to battle for it. Taken aside, though. River Dragons have it. Here they come over the red line. Wick line. He'll fire Ford. And then LaBelle goes back behind to give it to Dobles. Dobles. Good deception there, and he'll skate up the near side. You hear him throw it off the boards and looking to play the puck ahead, but it's taken away. It's Ben Pizzamente. Pizzamente open. And he walks into the near side corner. We'll see if Carter can take it away. Bouncing around, could be trouble. Columbus will hold the line. Long shot. Goes well wide of the goal. Back to the near side. We'll see the Thunderbirds find it there with the captain, Butita. In on goal and covered up by Skinner. And so shots are 4-2. A opening power play to start this game for a pregame warm-up violation. That could have been many things, but I've seen that called, I think, just 2 previous times, thinking back to my ACHA days with Alabama. And it was for, in each instance, it was for a player who crossed the red line, the center ice red line during the warm-up. That's a penalty. You can't do that. And that's the only time I've ever seen that called. And I'm not sure if that's what it was, but I know that that's a similar penalty. So it could have been something with the lineup sheet. We'll just have to try to find the answer to that as the game goes along. Very odd way to start a game. Unfortunately, Thunderbirds unable to score on the opening power play of the night. And the River Dragons will now play it from the defensive end. Mike Wynn goes out to center with it, and crossing over the blue line. This will be called back for an offsides. Media timeout. We have no score here on this Saturday night at the Fairgrounds. We'll be right back.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS 5 off. Cotton & Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
And welcome back inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Face-off on the way outside of the attacking end of the River Dragons. That's to our right here in the first period. They'll power a slap shot onside immediately. It's turned away with ease from Dyson Skinner as he makes a stick save from nearly 100 feet away. Doble swings the pass to Kramer. Kramer protecting the puck, and he'll find it to James Farmer. Now back into the defensive end of Twin City. Fouled by Dobles. And then it's moved back for Farmer again. Farmer works it around to the far side to White. Near side now to Keeley. Keeley stretches his legs, looking to score for the first time this year. Back to Kramer, and on goal and a shot. That is scooped up by Trevor Babin. So we have 14:07 left to go in period number 1. We're the only game underway. 7 o'clock start for Danbury at Binghamton. 7:05 start for Indiana at Port Huron. Then it's 7:15 for Athens at PD. 7:30 tonight for Watertown at Blue Ridge. And then a couple of 8:05 starts actually with Monroe hosting Biloxi. In front of chance here, and on goal they score! Off the face-off, and in on goal, it's Gus Ford. 5 seconds, and Ford has scored for his 13th time this year. It's the 6th shot of the night for the Thunderbirds, and it makes it 1-0. Ford scored in the first period last night. Thunderbirds held that 1-0 lead for most of the game, and then back-to-back goals in the third period. And that was the difference for the River Dragons to come back. But Ford on the board yet again. It's his 175th goal in the FPHL. We're back. Thunderbirds now play it here from the defensive end. Out towards center. Pastuca off the backhand, looking for a play from Jan Salak. And here's the announcement. And a penalty drawn by Gus Ford. He's knocked down. Play continues as Skinner races off. So Skinner's on the bench, play 6-on-5, and now there's the whistle. All right, so a great start here in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Good guys on the board first as Jan Salak gets the assist on the Gus Ford goal. This is going to be Texmo to the box as he takes a seat. And we're back. Quickly moved out to center ice immediately as they announce the penalty to Lucas Texmo. Onside here for the Thunderbirds. As they'll look for it here on the power play. It's out to center though. Look out. Columbus brings it the other way. They'll hold it onside and fire wide of the net. In front of the goal, Skinner looked like he wanted to play it. It's found by Ben Pizzamente, and he'll move it out to the neutral zone. So rolling along here on this second power play of the night. All ready for the Thunderbirds, working with a 1-goal lead. It's 6-2 on shots on net. And a 1-goal advantage. Here's White, steps onside. As long stretch pass just went away from Roman Kramer. Found by Keeley, rolling puck off a deflection, found by LaBelle. And Josh LaBelle will move it around the zone now. Here we go, Ford attempted to center. He may just shoot it now, goes across. And they look to shoot one here. Kramer was held up big time, still being held up with a free hand. And we continue on 5-on-4 hockey. It's White. One-timer goes wide of the goal from Keeley. Across they go. And flopping around in the crease is Trevor Babin as they were looking to move it around. And they did. Babin was having to try to protect the goal the best he could, but they were zipping it from left to right, all around. Back in behind the net, here's LaBelle. As you hear the fans say hello to Kyle Moore. It's Carter behind the net. Carter holding on to it. He'll chip it up to the near side boards here on the power play. Pastuca. And now here's Jacob Schnapp. Finds a rolling puck towards the goal and off a redirect. It's in behind the net. Here's Texmo to leave the box, and he's out. It's a successful penalty kill for the River Dragons. They look to tie the game. Stepping onside with speed. Long shot dealt with by Skinner. Goes to Butita. Butita trying to swing a pass and to hit Jan Salak in the skate. So quickly back onside for Kyle Moore. Moore goes in front. Save made by Skinner, and the clear is on, and it's out. Kyle Moore scored at 7:27 of the third period last night to bring the game to a 1-1 tie. And it was a power play goal from Alex Storjahan at 13:20 that ended up giving the River Dragons the win. Thunderbirds find it with Butita. Had his stick chopped away. It's another penalty, and it's a slash. 10:52 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period, and the Thunderbirds will go to the power play for the third time. Kevin Sabad entered the weekend with 3 minor penalties called against him. And we'll see his number 74 go up on the board. So another power play. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can score on the power play for the 14th time this season. They've been sitting on 13 goals to this point. Shots are now even at 6 apiece, by the way, as they update that. And here on the penalty kill efforts, Columbus will move it down the rink immediately. So it's collected here by LaBelle. Josh LaBelle stops in behind the net. and then looks to skate it up the rink. He'll snap a pass to Kramer. Back to LaBelle. Slashing the call. And so they make the announcement for the penalty. We've now seen a pregame warm-up violation, a tripping minor, and a slashing minor in the first 9 minutes and change called against Columbus. Gus Ford onside here on the power play. He's got the game's only goal. Ford looking for an option, finds LaBelle quickly across to Kramer in front, trying to find a tip from Keeley or White in front of the goal. Kramer finds in the corner, now Nate Keeley, pressure behind him, being held up by Mike Wynn. Kramer finds the puck, pushes it up the boards to LaBelle. Near side to Ford. Gus Ford across. Kramer, one-timer, it hits the post. I think it got the crossbar and it stays out. He'll try it again, though. Holding on to it. Near side. They go in front of the net. Save made by Trevor Babin. Still onside. It's LaBelle to find Ford. Gus Ford. Up top, LaBelle. Slap shot goes wide of the goal. 44 seconds left on the power play. Thunderbirds still with it. White centers and ready for the pass was Trevor Babin. He blocked it. So he breaks up the play. Columbus finds it. Here they come shorthanded. A chance and on goal covered up by Skinner. As he denies Tyler Barrow. 9:22 left to go in the first period. Thunderbirds still working on the power play. We'll step aside for immediate timeout and be right back.
Best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwynn Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwynn Services. One call does it all.
Every car gets warning lights, but did you know the color actually means something too? Red indicates an issue that requires immediate attention. Orange indicates a less urgent issue, like a vehicle service requirement. Blue and green give you information on lights and indicators. The more you know with Flow.
Welcome back to the fairgrounds with the Thunderbirds on the power play. They have a defensive end face-off here. Shots are now even at 7, and Gus Ford, with his team-leading 13th goal of the season, has given Twin City the lead here in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Pulled in behind the net. This will be Yuri Pastuka to play the puck on the power play. Near side, they'll move it to Carter. Don Carter. All the way around the boards it goes. Here's Jan Salak. Stops and plays it to the far side. Jacob Schnapp battling for it. And we'll see if the Thunderbirds can find it. Carter has it. Near side of Butita. John Butita, the captain. Just wide of the net it goes. Here's Salak holding on to it. Side of the circle. They'll look to pull it free and make something happen here at the expiration of the penalty. And still in the power play. Now it's over. Back behind the line. Carter run into from behind. Stays on his skates, though. Possesses the puck. Thunderbirds making changes here in the offensive end. One of those players going off is John Butita, who's skating into his 300th career game in the FPHL tonight. Congratulations to him. Game number 300. Far side. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can find it. It's batted down. It's Dion Demke, and it goes by Demke, so it's found here by James Farmer. Farmer takes it back behind the defensive zone net. Now Farmer climbing out to center with it. Finds Keeley. Nate Keeley, good move. Frees himself. Shoots a tough angle drive there. Not much space. And it was blocked. And then found by the River Dragons. Out to the red line. And this hit something along the bench. And so we'll have a stoppage with 7:59 left to play in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. In the first intermission break on the video side of things on YouTube tonight, we will hear from head coach Steve Harrison from the Coach Harry Show. Part 1 of that interview, Kate Hanley was a guest on the program this week, did a great job. And also we bring back the Cup of Joe segment with Joe Cangelosi, and the guest this week was Michael Mania. So that's coming up in the break on the video side of things, and we hope you enjoy that. Don Carter to take the face-off here in the attacking area. And they'll fire it on net quickly, and on goal again. Shut down by Trevor Babbitt a couple of times. Gus Ford and the Thunderbirds scoring off of the face-off just moments ago. Back behind the net. It's John Butita forced the far side corner, played by Carter, looking to find it here in front of the goal, side of the net, and with his goal stick looking to block it was Babin. Columbus eventually does find it here. And so in from center, they'll look to move from there. Here's Dobles on the near side corner, back in the defensive end. Ryan Hunter looking to take it away from him. They'll battle and found by LaBelle. Josh LaBelle will rip it out to the neutral zone. Shots are now 10-7 for the Thunderbirds. Back onside, though, the River Dragons with an opportunity. They try to center, looking for Ryan Hunter. It was knocked away from him. Butita knocked down to the ice. And up they go to Barrow. Look out here. Chance in front of the net. They take it behind the cage, looking to wrap it around. And Tyler Barrow couldn't complete that play. And great effort there from Dobles, diving, looking to move it out. Storjahan wanted a penalty. Here's Pastuca across the go. One-timer in on goal, shut down. Rebounds there and swept away to the far side. Nearly a 2-goal advantage here in the game. What a chance that was. And it's going to be an icing call against Columbus. So the River Dragons feeling the pressure. Pastuca got it across the ice, and then a heavy shot from Josh LaBelle. He actually sort of found his own rebound there briefly. LaBelle looking to score for the 4th time this season. You see Columbus head coach Jerome Bouchard working the official from the bench, yelling at him. Face-off victory here for the good guys. Farmer on the attack, gets it to Hanley. Cade Hanley finds Pastuca. Long shot in on goal, and that's dealt with by Trevor Babin. 12th shot of the night goes up on the board for the Thunderbirds. 5-on-5 we play. Twin City's had opportunities on the man advantage tonight. Already 3 power plays here in the first period. And a face-off win. Farmer had it taken away from him. Could be a 2-on-1 the wrong way. Wickline has it. He'll wait. He'll shoot. Toe save made by Dyson Skinner. Skinner kicked it out with a left pad, and they'll move it onside from there. Thunderbirds have it from the blue line. They had to hold up, and now it's Blacksmith with a chance back in behind the goal. And Chiletin Blacksmith had it taken away from him. Out towards center. River Dragons have it once more. And the near side corner we go with it for James Farmer. It's a 1-goal game at 1-0. Thunderbirds have played 5 consecutive 1-goal games, including a 2-1 loss here last night. But a week ago, a 2-1 overtime win over PD. And what a moment that was for Roman Kramer and this team. Kramer has it now. In front he goes, looking for a play from Ford. And the pass just goes wide. Back in behind the net. It'll be played by Mike Wynn. Wynn off the glass for the River Dragons, looking to move it out. There's a heavy hit along the near side boards with Sabat involved. Sabat goes down, and Skinner finds it here behind the goal. Shots are 12-8. Thunderbirds have LaBelle play. That one briefly got on the top of the boards as it made its way out towards center. Fouled by Columbus. They'll put it back onside. We have 5 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here in the first period. Down the ice it goes. Icing called against the Thunderbirds. So a defensive end face-off on the way. That's to our right here in period number 1. Gus Ford with his 12th goal of the year last night and goal number 13 this evening. Jan Salak on the assist, and that's assist number 5 for Salak. Face-off for Keeley, lost it though. Look out, a chance towards the net, and a good block on the far side of the building there from Zach White. As White went down, slid down to the ice, and got in the way of that one. Played by Underwood, goes across the rink. They missed a pass from the red line. Should be icing against Columbus, and it will be. 4:49 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. It's our final media timeout of the opening 20 minutes. We'll take it and be right back with the Thunderbirds leading by a goal at 1-0.
Being your best is hard. You gotta take care of yourself. You got your husband.
Let's put in a pool for the kids. For the kids. Forget the car. How about a motorcycle?
And if you own a business?
We need servers from, like, this century.
Oh, yeah.
At a Legacy Federal Credit Union, we're committed to helping you be your best you. Whether it's with an unbeatable car loan rate, home equity line of credit, or small business help.
Who's the best?
Visit alegacy.org for our best rates.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
.449 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Even strength hockey with the Thunderbirds ahead by a goal at 1-0. Scoring play was Gus Ford's 13th of the year at 5:58 of the first. Shots are 12-8 favoring the Thunderbirds. Back-to-back games against PD last weekend. Back-to-back games against Columbus this weekend. 2 more against PD next weekend, including a home game a week from tonight here at 6:05. Farmer holding on to it from the face-off. He'll chip it down low as Roman Kramer is searching for it. Thunderbirds have it. Keeley forces it wide of the net, but Trevor Babin got a good piece of it. I think it was going to go wide either way. As this one's lifted into the scores table, it's a puck out of play. So we have 4:27 left to go in the first period, as that one was fired into the scores table here below us. Face-off will be in the attacking area for the Thunderbirds. That will be to our left. It's Butita on the ice with Schnapp and Carter at forward. And Pastuca will be high in the zone here with Salak. And they do call a penalty on Hunter for that puck out of play delay of game. And so Hunter takes a seat in the box, and a power play again. This is the 4th one of the first period for the Thunderbirds. We'll see if they can capitalize. They're leading 1-0, and the goal was scored even strength by Gus Ford. Pistuka shooting one, blocked in front, looking for the rebound. It's free, and it's back behind. A penalty called here. Schnapp's taken down, and we'll see a shot coming up, and on goal off the glass it goes, and the Thunderbirds will just let the River Dragons touch this one up. Another penalty called as Schnapp got chopped down from behind, and he was cross-checked right in the nameplate by Lucas Taxmo. So Taxmo will take a seat. This will be a 5-on-3 two-man advantage with 4:08 left to go in period 1. River Dragons have taken the first 5 penalties of tonight's game. And bad break there from the face-off. Is a face-off victory for Twin City, but it splits the players up high. And back in behind the net. See, the scoreboard's not moving, and now they start it back. Thunderbirds onside. Holding on to it. Here's White. Up top to Ford, and on goal. Shut down by Babin, up and out of play right behind him. And so they're going to, I think, take 10 seconds off the clock. That's what the referee skates over to the near side. We saw this happen last night, by the way. They're going to discuss the time and what should be left. I'm scoring it on my own here on the video side of things, and we see 3:46 on the video side. We'll see if that's where they stop it. I think that's about what they were looking at, was 10 seconds. That's what I had it, and they go to 3:44 now, so they take 12 seconds off. And that leaves 1:17 left on the first penalty. And 1:37 left on the second penalty. From the face-off in the 5-on-3, here we go. White has it. He'll find LaBelle. LaBelle zips it across to Gus Ford. Back to Josh LaBelle. Shoots it in front. It's blocked as it hit Keeley. Keeley didn't mean to do it. Well, we continue here. Thunderbirds up by 1, looking for another one. LaBelle, near side of Ford. And he missed it. It's fouled by Josh Colton, Los Angeles native, and he gets the clear. So the Thunderbirds working again on this long 5-on-3 power play, extended time. Forward to White. White goes across looking for LaBelle. He'll find him. Josh LaBelle readies near side to Zach White. White holds it, waits. LaBelle calls for it, slaps it near side, and it's Gus Ford. Zach White, LaBelle one more time. Down low they go to Kramer. White, one-timer! Oh no, and this hit a player up high. It's Cody Wickline. And let's hope he's okay. I think this got him right below the visor. And they do the right thing and blow the plate down immediately and let the training staff get out there as quickly as possible. And that's going to hurt, but it looks like he's okay. Well, Zach White went over and tapped him as well, and you never want to see something like that, but thankfully could have been a lot worse. They'll just stop the play, and we'll have a 5-on-3 face-off to our left now. And down he goes. Clear was on from the River Dragons as they possess the puck immediately, but I think it hit Carter and stays in the zone here. They'll battle forward in the corner. It's a 3-on-1 battle. Finally, the Thunderbirds get to it. Pastuca has to race across the zone to hold the line, and he does. He'll move it to Jan Salak. He got the assist on the Gus Ford goal. Salak across. Pastuca near side. Salak down low to Schnapp. In front he goes. They'll look to chop it in from there, but it's cleared. It's out, and out of the box is Hunter. Hunter finds it shorthanded. He's in. Fires. Skinner says no. And a big save there from Dyson Skinner. So now just 12 seconds remaining on this 5-on-4 power play for the Thunderbirds. But a big momentum-building save there for Skinner. Certainly would not want to give one up that way. And Ryan Hunter nearly with his 16th goal of the season. He entered the weekend with 70 in his career. Defensive end face-off. Goes back down behind the goal line here on the power play. Not much time left on it. Onside is Ford. Shoots it. It goes just wide of the goal. Trevor Babin tried to catch it and he missed. Here's Hanley towards the net again. And a good save by the upper body of Babin. Still onside here for Hanley and the Thunderbirds. Hanley centers it. They look to shoot. And Jan Salak fanned on it. Across they go. Hanley in on goal. Save made by Babin. So Babin gloves it up, and we have 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining in our Pine Tree Tavern first period. Thunderbirds, the 5th place team in the Continental Division. Columbus ahead of them in 3rd. And we'll see if the Thunderbirds can find a win for the 7th time this season. They're listed as 5-11-0-1 in the standings on the FPHL website as they have that 1 win past regulation, only good for 2 points. And White goes across and on goal. Save made by Babin. LaBelle trying to center it after that drive from Kramer. Nate Keeley, he'll look for it now. Here's Keeley to play it. And chopping at it still onside, then played by the River Dragons. Nearly a breakdown. It would have been a one-on goaltender, but LaBelle's able to get back to the near side corner after the puck went well away from him. They'll flip it along. Kramer had it. Keeley. Nate Keeley still with it. And we'll see if Kramer can find it now. They'll swat at it along the near side. LaBelle steps up. And it's held onside. Kramer has it. Roman Kramer to Zach White. 1 minute left to go in the first. And it's found here by Ryan Galvin. Galvin, he'll step onside for the River Dragons. Looks for options. He's pushed away by James Farmer. Far side corner, now back towards the near side boards again. 44 seconds left to go in period 1. Thunderbirds lead by a goal thanks to Gus Ford. Out to center he goes, over the center ice red line. Collected and played here by Brody Thornton. Thornton goes up, and it's fouled and then fired onside by Barrow, who's run into. And he goes down, stands back up, and he'll play it. Barrow goes across the zone, they shoot one, they score, and we're tied at 1. It's Brody Thornton to tie the game. Thornton's 3rd goal of the year, his 14th of his career. And that will put the River Dragons on the board for the first time this evening with under 23 seconds now left in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. So perhaps one final face-off here in the period. 5-on-5 we play following the goal. Gus Ford to take the center ice face-off. Pastuca to his right, Salak to his left, Dempke and LaBelle on the ice, and they play it. LaBelle shoots it ahead as they will announce the scoring play to the River Dragons. 11 seconds left to go in the period. Look out here, another chance and on net. This time shut down by Skinner. It's still free though. Across the zone, cleared out by Pastuca. And that's going to do it for the opening 20 minutes. Brody Thornton at 19:38 puts Columbus on the board. Gus Ford at 5:58 gave the good guys a 1-0 lead. It's 1-1 as we go to our first intermission break. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Tie game here on this Saturday night.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
All right, welcome back, Thunderbirds fans, to another episode of Cup of Joe. This week we have number 25, Mike Mania.
Hey guys,
how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm glad you were able to make it out here today. Finally, we're getting through the 30 minutes of bloopers that we couldn't do.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've seen the previous couple episodes with Boots and
I have not.
No,
I should have tuned in on those.
No, this is perfect. This is more for the fans to kind of get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
So this is your first year pro.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, I like it so far. I like the transition from college to pro is a lot. Like, I like the transition. The play is a lot different, better IQs, more puck possession. And overall, I just like it.
Where'd you go to college?
So I played 5 years at UMass Dartmouth.
And how was that?
It was fun. Great time. Not really a big school guy, so I was excited to get out of there. But it was fun with the boys, and playing college hockey was good time in general.
What'd you leave with your degree with?
Business management, entrepreneurship.
Hey, there we
yeah,
go.
Not too bad.
So you could do anything with that. At least you got a degree.
Yeah, it took 5 years, but it's okay.
Better late than never. Don't worry about that. So this year, I was gonna say what are some of like the different experiences you had that's completely different than college? Because I know you're in the hockey house.
Yeah.
How many guys are in that one? Who are you with?
So I think there's 8 in there now, which is actually the same that I had at college. We had 8 guys in our hockey house.
Oh.
A lot cleaner though here.
Really?
No, that college was disgusting. That house it should be condemned, like done. But this house here is it's not bad. It's pretty clean. Apparently this is the cleanest it's been so far, so
I haven't been there. Usually I'm good to get there once a year.
Yeah.
That's usually in March though, after the St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
Our little activities during.
Yeah, we've been keeping it clean. We've had a couple of house meetings to make sure everyone's on their stuff and getting their dishes done and keeping it tidy.
Sounds like a lot of responsibility going around there now.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
How's the travel been comparatively?
So like in college, I think the farthest we traveled was like 3.5 hours.
Oh.
So yeah, that was different. Like I never did like an overnight bus trip before, so that was different. But it's comfy though. We're laying on beds and stuff. So
yeah, who are you sharing your bed with?
Boris.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah,
Boris.
we got it nice and tidy over there. We get a little blanket over the top. We swap blankets, so it's good. Keep it nice and clean.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS5OFF. Cotton and Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate around Winston-Salem and the Triad? Meet Jennifer Sapp, your trusted local realtor. With nearly 30 years of deep experience, Jennifer specializes in everything from historic homes and remodels to investment properties, college town housing, and short sales. She's known for honesty, integrity, and making the process as stress-free as possible. Ready to make your move? Call 336-782-3148 or visit jensapprealty.com today. And hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Coach Harry Show for our next segment here on the show. Thank you so much. Coach, we'll get into the Friday game, which was a 5-4 road win. First visit to PD there in Florence. That's an older building. I know we talked about it on the bus on the way down there. Had you ever
No, I've never been there. No,
yeah.
And I was trying to explain to a couple people what it was like, and it's a little older than Columbus, but it's a little younger than Monroe. And so if you've been to those two rinks, you kind of got it. It's kind of in between there. It's I kind of liked it. It had some character. It had some things that you'd like to have done better. But it's an older building, as I said. But as I said, it showed some character. I don't think the ice was as great as the players would like to have it. It was a little bumpy there a couple times, and then along the boards there. So, but I know those are things that they're trying to work on. And then the lighting was a little dark there. I thought I was going to have to wear a miner's hat there on the bench there a couple times. But but for the most part, a great old building. And as I said, when you play in those types of buildings, I always love the character on it. You know what I mean? And as I said, Kay can contest to the. I know the ice probably wasn't as good as we would like to have had it.
Yeah, the boards were a little choppy and lights were a little bit dimmer in different spots.
Yeah, if you passed it off the board, you just never knew what was going to happen there. So we had to make a lot of direct passes if you had them.
All right, so we'll get in the game here. It's a good start for your group. I know that's something that you've been talking about, and it's a goal from Gus Ford. He ends up having 2. Don Carter has 2 that night. Jacob Schnapp gets the game winner in the third period. But a good start there to get on the board first. I know they get it back, but then you're able to add to it with a couple of power play goals. And overall, what'd you think about that first period?
Well, I thought the first was great. We came out, and Whitey got us going there. I think the first goal there, and it was just the way things worked out. We were looking for a good start. We were looking for a sense of urgency, a little more pizzazz in our game. We're a little, I hate to say vanilla, but we're just a little bit of vanilla, for us right now. And you have to bring up a little pizzazz there. And, the gentleman right beside me brought a little more pizzazz to his game also. So that's what we were looking for. And I thought we came out smoking there. I really liked it. And, we scored there early, as you said. Whitey gave it to 40 there and got that first one. So, and they're the type of team. We took advantage of what they gave us, and good teams take advantage. When teams make mistakes, they made a mistake, and I've never understood when you have a good player like Gus Ford how you can let him behind your defense. But we got a chance and got an opportunity early, and we took advantage.
And so they answered back, but then you're able to get a couple of power play goals. And, we'll fast forward to Saturday's game. You end up winning the game there on the power play. But overall, I think the power play looked like it was, really clicking this weekend. There's some, that probably didn't work out you want to have back. But a good momentum builder getting those 2 power play goals in the first period.
Well, that's the one thing we worked on last week, probably a little different than our normal practice. We kind of went a little longer than normal. And the one thing that we talked about is the way that they played. And you always have to take advantage of what they're doing. And they're the type of guys, they're trying to score goals just as fast as we're trying to score goals, killing penalties. And they're very, very aggressive. So if we don't move our feet, move the puck, and shoot, then we're not going to have very much success. And the guys took it to heart. And I thought we moved the puck. I thought we moved our feet. And we had some success. So, we scored a couple power play goals there early, and that kind of set the mode for most of the game.
Cade, you've seen several teams in the league now already this season This PD team is like Coach said, high flying, lots of offense, and you're obviously trying to prevent that as defensemen. So, what are your thoughts on what you've seen from PD so far this year?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. They got a couple good little speedsters on their team. The Marcinkevics, I played against them in junior, and they're fast as they come. Houston Wilson's also real good on his edges, and so just kind of trying to prevent those guys from getting around us and taking advantage of opportunities when we get them.
Maybe they shouldn't be behind us.
Not a bad idea.
That's okay. That's one for the coach. We'll just put that up for the coach tonight. We'll just put that up. So, but you'll get me back here soon because I know there's going to be some questions you're going to have to answer. So that's
it. So, obviously good first period there. You go to the second period and you really, pick up where you left off. Don Carter scores again. He got the second power play goal in the first period after Gus Ford had two. So. DC scores again there, and he had the one in Binghamton as well, so all of a sudden he's got 3 in the last 2 games, and even strength goal, but Whitey gets the assist there too, Lavelle assists. You got a 4-1 lead at that point, and then kind of like you did to them back in the first period, they end that second period with back-to-back power play goals in the final 5 minutes. What'd you think about the middle period?
Well, I really liked it until I think there was like 7 minutes left in the game in the period, and we talk about momentum. Since I've got here, I look at the game different than a lot of people, and to me it's about momentum. And we turned the puck over at the blue line. We made another play where I thought we could have done something different, got it deep, and then we lost it another time. And then I think we had an icing, and the puck goes down in our zone for a face-off, and it was one of those accidental trips, and I know it was, when you're in the heat of the battle and you're going at somebody, and you trip a guy. It's not something you want to do, but usually when things like that happen, there's a reason. And if you go back a week earlier, kind of the same thing. We're up 3-1, and somebody was in a position where they probably shouldn't have been, and worked his tail off to get somewhere, but accidentally tripped a guy, and then the ball started to roll the other way. And next thing you know, I think we were down 5-on-3, and as you say, they scored a couple goals. So we kind of gave them the momentum back there, and the coach wasn't very happy, I don't think, at the end of the second there, just from the standpoint of we worked our tails off to establish something the first 2 periods, and up to 7 minutes left in the second period, I'm sitting back there going, my God, this is like we're rolling here. This is pretty good, but that's how fast it can change, and I'd like to say I haven't stressed it, but I've tried to stress it as much as I can that it's little things that turn the momentum, and I think we actually handed it back to them there. And but the best thing about the second period was the way we came out in the third. I came in the dressing room and I told the guys, we'll talk about what happened in the second tomorrow. What we've got to do is we got to turn the momentum around, and I give all the guys all the credit in the world. They went out, we got pucks, we gained zones, we kept the puck deep, and I thought we just had a great third period there. As I said, we gave up 1 at the end there, but again, for the most part, I thought we had a great third period. And I was tickled pink because, when things happen, it's how you react. We've talked about it many times also, but when something happens, especially like that in the second period, we hadn't won on the road yet, and so you got to learn how to win on the road, and you got to learn how to win everywhere. But to win on the road, as I said, the way we came out in the third period, I was very, very pleased at the way they responded, and they deserve it, and they were rewarded with it, and got the win.
And so you mentioned the third period got the win. Jacob Schnatter scores what ends up being the game winner, gave you a 5-3 lead at the time. Talk about that goal and what he's done for you, obviously, this season. We'll get into Saturday's game. I know fans sitting on home ice saw him get banged up during the game. But that was a big moment, and it ends up sealing your win there on Friday night.
Well, he's a great penalty killer. He brings us a lot of energy. When he plays his game and he plays the way he can play, he brings us an energy that not many guys can do. He's, I'm trying to be nice here, maybe agitator, I guess is maybe the word I want to use. I could use a couple other words, but we're on the air right now, so I can't use them. But no, he disturbs people, but and you know, him and I've talked a lot about it before I got here. He disturbed people, but he went over the line a lot apparently. And you know, since I've been here, you know, he's gone over the line. But you live and die with those types of guys because what they bring to the table for you is that energy and everything like that. And you just every once in a while he goes over the limit. But as I said, for the most part, he's done great. And as I said, he was rewarded with a goal. He does a great job killing penalties. And as I said, he brings an element to our game that. It's nice having guys that are, you know, this or that, as I said, but he just brings that element that I think he agitates people and he brings a lot of life to us.
So PD gets on the board late, and that was a goal that you ended up challenging. Can you walk us through that? Because I know that ended up being a very controversial moment. I wasn't sure if offsides was reviewable. I'd heard that maybe it wasn't, and then it was. And so just walk us through just kind of how all that went.
You were on the ice at that time? I can't remember. No, you're on the bench.
No, I was on the bench.
We were on the bench, and it was right at our bench, and they were pressing, they were coming, and they made the play there right at the blue line, and it honestly, from my vantage point, it looked offside, just like. But again, you know, you're trying to watch it, you're trying to change, and you see it, and then a couple guys on the bench were like, "Oh no, that was offside by far," and it was one of those deals where. You know, you gotta. Sometimes you live by the sword, you die by the sword, and I took a leap of faith there, and hopefully that it was going to go our way. And it's ironic, but they kept the goal, and then obviously as we found out 2 minutes after we got in the dressing room that it was offside by this far. So it was one of those. The only good thing about it is they never gave us a penalty because apparently the review that they could see wasn't the best view, so they couldn't tell. Conclusively, I guess that's the way they wanted to say it. But it's unfortunate that, I remember last year there in the playoffs against Binghamton, they scored the winner there 1-0, and it was offside by the same thing. So, yeah, you like to get those ones. Sometimes when they're so close, those things happen. But like the one here the other night there, when you can see it it was on Facebook, I guess, right after, like, it wasn't really close. And trust me, when the game was that fast and those guys are going 100 miles an hour, it's hard. One skates up, one skates down. So we got rewarded, as I said, not having the penalty in the last 2 minutes. But again, it was a 5-4 hockey game. But I don't think we even gave them a shot in the last couple of minutes. I thought we did a great job and sealing the deal there. And as I said, the guys did a great job.
There was another goal that fans asked about, and that was the one where Dyson Skinner's mask got knocked off and they scored quickly after. Was there anything that you got on that one?
Well, that's one of those ones where you could probably sit there all day and argue and jump up and down but again, it's as I told the guys, a lot of times I don't get too excited about those situations. Sometimes you have to, but again, that's the way he looked at the call. And we had to ride with it. Did I agree with it? No. Okay, but sometimes you just have to take the good with the bad, and you got to know it's a little like relationships. Sometimes you just got to pick your right battle and which one you're going to go at, and when you're going to go at it, then you go at it hard. And so, as I said, that one there I thought was one of those ones where it's time to lay off a little bit. But the one at the end, I figured, well, let's roll the dice and we're going to go at it. So that's what we did.
Stat line says Dyson ends up giving up 4 goals, but he makes 45 saves. Just a really impressive effort. We'll get to Boris's play in the next break, in the next segment. But before we walk away from Friday's game, I thought it'd be good to mention just how well he played as well.
Well, we had great goaltending, both, and give we talk about the defense, we talk about the team structure. We talk about it, and yeah, they had 45 shots, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to take away from Dyson, but I thought the team played very well in front of them. Maybe other than the 7 minutes in the second period, I thought we played a pretty good period in front of them, or a pretty good game in front of them. But as you said, when he had to make the saves, and he had some grade A chances, and as I said, both teams did. But he came up big for us there, and I thought he just did a great job.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, Relax Fire Pool and Cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com. And welcome back live inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Kendall Grayson with you as always. We have a tie game at 1 after the opening 20 minutes of tonight's game. Shots on goal, 14-10, favoring the Thunderbirds in period number 1. Gus Ford at 5:58 from Jan Salak. And then it was Brody Thornton to tie the game at 19:38. From Ryan Hunter and Tyler Barrow. Here we go. Face off on the logo at center. And the second period of tonight's game is underway. Dobles fires across quickly. Then it's played by LaBelle. Misplay by LaBelle, but Gus Ford will jump in there. And they'll go off the glass to move it down the rink. Thunderbirds attacking left to right here in the flow, second period. Salak towards the goal. And they'll be found here by Ford. As we hear the chant all the way across the rink from Thunder Lady. I was told it's her birthday tonight, so happy birthday. And it's back and forth, found here by Salak. Now Pastuca, he'll go high in the air with it. With 19:15 left to go in the flow second period. They'll battle for it in front of the visitors' penalty box. That was Hanley and Sabat in the one-on-one. Then Dobles goes to find it to Zach White. Here's White with 9 goals on the season. Flipping across and finding Keeley. Back in behind the goal here in the attacking area. Thunderbirds go to work, but it's taken away. Barrow stretches the play across, and they'll step over the blue line. And this is called back for an offsides. So 18:49 left to go here in the second period. Tonight's matchup from the head coaches, a couple of former National Hockey League draft picks. Of course, Steve Harrison, head coach for the Thunderbirds, the 39th overall pick in round 3 in 1978 by the St. Louis Blues. And Jerome Bouchard, Hartford Whalers draft pick, 115 overall in 1989 in the 6th round. So let's move down the ice here. This will be called back for an icing with 18:35 left to go in period number 2. Face-off will be to the near side circle. Here's Keeley, one-on-one with Barrow. And the face-off one away to the near side. Back in behind the net, found by Farmer. And he'll look to move it out to Kramer, now to White. Zach White steps onside and lost the handle of it. Storjahan intercepted and played it from there. From the near side. And a penalty called against Cade Hanley and the Thunderbirds. And so this will be the first power play of the night for the River Dragons with 18:13 left to go in the flow second period. And so they will get the penalty called to White, rather. I mentioned Hanley at the time, but it's Zach White that will go to the box. And it'll be the first Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill of the evening for the Thunderbirds. here we go. Thunderbirds 0 for 6 on the power play tonight is the first opportunity for the River Dragons. They look to take the lead. And it goes into the near side corner, hooking the call to White. Here's Cody Wickline holding on to it. 2 minutes gone by in the Flow second period. Wickline gives the pass down low. Side of the net, holding on to it. Back to Wickline, top of the near side circle. They go to the point, long shot, they score. And it's 2-1. And so the River Dragons convert on their power play opportunity. And that's shot number 11 of the night that goes in for Columbus. And so reset at center ice with this 5-on-5 face-off following the penalty that was called to White. And it's a hooking minor at 1:47, the time of the penalty. Unfortunately, the Thunderbirds unable to find a successful Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. So we're back following that as the River Dragons take the lead. And they announce the goal scored by Columbus. So back-to-back goals now for the River Dragons after Gus Ford made it 1-0. And that's the same story from last night's game, as Ford made it 1-0 in the first period, and then Columbus scored the next two in the third period. Josh Colton at 2:10 from Cody Wickline. That's the details on the power play goal. So it's 2-1. Thunderbirds now trailing by a goal. Here's Demke, snaps it along off the backhand of Salak. We'll see if Gus Ford can track it down in the near side corner. Out to center it goes. And tracking down the puck is Kate Hanley. We heard from Hanley for the Coach Harry show, part one of that interview. Part two will be during the second intermission break. Kate Hanley, a great guest this week. We thank him for joining us. It'll be Jacob Schnapp with us at Little Italy coming up for the next Coach Harry show on Tuesday. We were live from Dave & Buster's this past Tuesday with Hanley. Now White looking for it along the red line. Taken away from him. The River Dragons to it. They look to go in front of the net. They drop it back behind the goal here after it bounced briefly in front of the net. Zach White will have room to work near side, and he'll find it, look to go from there. Here's White, near side check. Sabat picks up the pace, fires one, and this one went in behind Skinner, and actually, I think, just hit the back of the net. It settled down back behind the goal line, as that one was a bit of a weird angle. A play on from here. Here's Kramer. Onside, tries to slide it to Schnapp. And that one, I think, just got off the back of the goal there on the other side, in behind Skinner. Schnapp finds in the corner. Didn't play last night. Back in the lineup this evening. Kramer centers in front. They're looking for it. Butita fires one wide. And swept away to the near side corner as the Thunderbirds look to tie the game here in the Flow second period. They'll battle for it. Butita up top. Doble's long shot blocked in front of the goal. Found by the River Dragons, and they'll move it out from there. Quick pass up to Ryan Hunter. Hunter holding on to it. In front they go. They fire it on Skinner. He makes a good save on it. And the Thunderbirds will find it with Dobles. Dobles up to Don Carter. Carter now Schnapp. Schnapp over the line. Sends the pass to Butita. Goes between the legs, and it's out to center. Found by Dobles, and nearly a 2-on-1 the wrong way. Farmer got back to it, and is taken aside at center ice. Hunter flips it ahead, and racing back to find the puck here is James Farmer again. So we have 15:05 left to go in our Flow second period, as the River Dragons are on the board here in the second period to take the lead. 1-1 after one, and a goal just 2 minutes into this middle period. 2:10, the time of the scoring play from Josh Colton. Onside again, a chance for the River Dragons. In front they go with it. Rebound is there, and Skinner covers it. And that'll send us to the media timeout. We'll step aside and be right back.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
When you're craving that slow smoke flavor done right here in Winston-Salem, there's only one place to go: Honky Tonk Smokehouse. From tender pulled pork and fall off the bone ribs to fresh house-made sides, Honky Tonk has it all. Not a meat lover? They've got delicious vegan options too. And when it's time to party, let Honky Tonk Smokehouse handle the catering and event planning. they'll bring the flavor to you. Stop by 145 Jonestown Road and taste why the locals here can't get enough. Honky Tonk Smokehouse. Welcome back inside the fairgrounds with the Thunderbirds down by a goal at 2-1. They update the shots to show 15-14, now in favor of the River Dragons. They're out shooting the Thunderbirds and outscoring at 2-1. Face off here in the attacking area for Columbus. It's pulled to safety back behind the goal of Dyson Skinner, though. And a really good goaltending there from Skinner right before the media timeout. He made a nice save on what essentially was a 3-on-1, and then it had to deal with a rebound as well. Thunderbirds looking for it here in the attacking area, found by Ryan Hunter. It's pushed ahead by Storjahan, back behind the goal. And here on the near side, we'll see Salak to it. Salak run into, covered up by Skinner, as that was a puck that worked its way free just off the side of the goal, and Skinner sees it and is able to bring us to another stoppage in tonight's game. Out-of-town scoreboard report. We were the first game going tonight with a 6:05 start, but we can give you an update as Indiana goes on top of Port Huron. Indiana won that matchup last night. 4-3 was the final score on the road against Port Huron, who's second in the Empire Division, and already they're leading again here at 1-0. And we're back from the face-off. They send the pass across, and they'll squeeze a long shot wide of the net. No score between Danbury and Binghamton, by the way. That game also now underway. Far side, we'll see the Thunderbirds battling for it here in the defensive territory. Pulled back behind the goal. Here's Dion Demke. Demke holding on to it. Out towards center. And found by Keeley. Keeley surveys the rink. Calling for it was White, and he gets it to him. White tried to go back across the zone to find Demke. They throw it in front. Keeley open, and it rolled on him as he just couldn't control that and fire it towards the net. Onside from Lucas Texmo. Back behind. Fired in by Joel Texmo. And a stoppage with 13:31 left to go. Here in this second period, the Flow second period. So we'll see Lucas Texmo moving it back to Joel Texmo there on the play. We will once again see the Marcinkiewicz brothers with the PD Ice Cats next weekend, back-to-back games. Don Carter in the face-off circle looking for it. And it's free. Schnapp goes down. Long shot. He blocked the shot anyway. Lost his stick after he was taken down, and he's still able to get a shot block in. Nice job by him. Didn't play last night. And whenever he's out, Thunderbirds miss him in the lineup. So good to see him back in tonight. As I mentioned previously here in the broadcast, Michael Mania, the only player not in the lineup this evening. Out towards center. Thunderbirds will go looking for it from there. Found by Dobles. Now it's Carter for Liam Blomquist. Blomquist has it. Blomquist steps up, shoots one, shot block on the other end. And stepping in front of that one was Justin Samaro. Up the rink they go to find Blomquist once more. Shoots it. Glove save made by Trevor Babin. Right into the catching glove. He gives it a squeeze, and that brings us to a stoppage. 12:43 now left to go in tonight's Flow second period. I mentioned the games against PD next weekend. Home game here on Saturday night, 6:05 the time of the puck drop. The box office doing a special holiday 4-pack, 4 tickets to an upcoming December home game and 4 passes to public skating. More information about that at TwinCityThunderbirds.com. Well, the Thunderbirds will have 2 additional home games in the month of December after things are done tonight. So the Saturday game next week against PD, and then the New Year's Eve game against Blue Ridge. 8:35 special start time to that New Year's Eve game against the Bobcats. Our next broadcast will be on the road to the Florence Center, formerly the Florence Civic Center, where the Ice Cats play, coming up on Friday night as the Thunderbirds fire it down the rink here. Near side, we'll see if Ford can locate it. He's got it. Here's Gus Ford in the near side corner. Scored back in the first period. Up to Cade Hanley. Long shot goes wide of the net. And from a deflection, that one just missed. Sent out to center ice. Found by Hanley. Hanley goes down, penalty called. And it'll be a power play for the Thunderbirds. Jan Salak holding on to it. Out goes Dyson Skinner. And so 6 on 5. Long pass up to Ford. Here we go. They'll use the numbers onside. White looks to fire. He couldn't get the shot to go. And that will send us to this 5-on-4 opportunity on the way. This one goes to Alex Dorjahan. So Dorjahan to the box, and the Thunderbirds the power play looking to tie the game. They're down by a goal. Thunderbirds had 6 opportunities on the power play in the first period. They went 0 for 6, and then the River Dragons able to score on the power play on their only power play chance of the game here in the second period. They're 1 for 1. Thunderbirds in search of power play goal number 14 on the season. We'll see if they can find it here and tie the hockey game. It's LaBelle moving in near side. They go across. They fire just in behind the net with Roman Kramer as they had Babin leaning towards the ice, and there was some space to shoot up hot. Given away, and the River Dragons will get to it here. They'll chip it onside from the neutral zone. Cody Wickline getting a change along with Ben Pizzamente. Pizzamente out of Iowa City, Iowa. 4 goals on the year. Here come the Thunderbirds. They give it away, though, the neutral zone, stolen by Kyle Moore. Here's Moore. As he goes one-on-one against LaBelle, goes back behind the nets, and they'll move it way down the rink. As the fans trying to get the energy going here. Thunderbirds down by 1 on home ice at 2-1. Their last 2 games have ended by a score of 2-1. They had the 2-1 loss here last night, and then back on Saturday of last week, a 2-1 overtime win against the PD Ice Cats. Onside for Ford. Looking forward to the near side corner. There's a heavy hit there to the back of Mike Wynn. Onside LaBelle, near side. He'll give it to Kramer, and Kramer's pass is intercepted. The River Dragons were ready for that one. So with it as a 2-1 score, Thunderbirds down by a goal. We have 10-14 left to play in the Flow second period. Now just 40 seconds remaining on the 5-on-4. It's Kramer working with it. Near side to Salak. Here's Salak. Steps onside with Butita and skates it to himself in the corner. He spins and then gives the quick pass to Pastuca. Cross to Carter. Don Carter snaps one. Glove save made, but it's free. They're trying to search for it, and it's cleared out of the zone by Columbus. And so this is going to be the last push on the power play for the Thunderbirds. If they can go back and find it here. It's a 2-on-1 scrum for it in the defensive end. Found by Carter. Has 3 goals on the year, 6 assists. He's got it now. Flips it ahead. As he was run into by Wynn, the clear is on, it's out, and that's it for the power play. So it goes down the rink as we pass over the halfway point in regulation time. Thunderbirds holding on to it, and look out here, it's up in the crowd on the clear, and that's going to be a penalty, and it'll send us to the media timeouts. And with 9:20 left to go in the Flow second period, we'll step aside and be right back. Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate around Winston-Salem and the Triad? Meet Jennifer Sapp, your trusted local realtor. With nearly 30 years of deep experience, Jennifer specializes in everything from historic homes and remodels to investment properties, college town housing, and short sales. She's known for honesty, integrity, and making the process as stress-free as possible. Ready to make your move? Call 336-782-3148 or visit jensapprealty.com today.
Did you know that not changing your engine oil can result in engine failure? Regular oil changes can extend the life of your engine and reduce the risk of engine failure. Schedule your next oil change on the Flow Garage app. The more you know with Flow.
Offensive zone face-off on the way for the River Dragons. We have 9:20 left to go in the Flow second period. And 2 minutes on the board beside number 3, Cade Hanley. And so the Thunderbirds will look to kill this one off as they will announce the penalty as we're back. It's down in behind the net of Dyson Skinner. It's Hanley, delay of game at 10:41 of the flow second period, the 2-minute minor penalty. Colton holding on to it. They snap it around high in the zone. It's Joetten Blacksmith, near side, back to Colton. Here's Cody Wickline. Wickline waits, sends the pass to Colton. He'll wait, goes across. Blacksmith a one-timer, but he fanned on it. And we'll see the Thunderbirds with pressure, looking to take it away. LaBelle behind the net finds Farmer. Farmer's got room to work now, and he'll zip it out to White. Zach White off the backhand will push it ahead. And so with the time winding down now on the power play, here's Blacksmith, goes across the zone and look to fire. It's tied up and then covered up by Skinner. And so now we see 1 minute 13 seconds left on the second Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill of the evening for the Thunderbirds. Here in the flow second period. If you're watching on the YouTube feed, you see the Flow logo in the bottom left and the Bobo's logo at the top right. Nate Keeley, defensive end face-off. He'll match up against Alex Storjahan. Down he goes and out he goes. He'll clear it out immediately. Nicely done there. And so now we've got 65 seconds showing to us left to go on this penalty to Cade Hanley. Goes off the boards at center. It's stolen, and Schnapp was searching for it as Keeley flipped it ahead. Jacob Schnapp looking to steal it away. He's out there with Keeley, Pastuca, and Doble. Those are the 4 penalty killers on the ice right now. Near side, they move it around to Barrow, and they couldn't make the play on it, so down he goes once again. Columbus goes back and finds it. Here's Storjahan. Rips it across, and it was played briefly there by LaBelle. River Dragons push it along through the zone, though. Long shot, deflected in on goal. That one surprised Skinner. Found by Dobles, and he clears it. Good job by Luke Dobles there on the kill. He goes off. Farmer's on the ice, Ford White and LaBelle. Hanley standing in the box, ready to rejoin his teammates. It's a successful Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. And Hanley collides with Thornton immediately after stepping out of the box. So Thunderbirds still down by a goal here in the second period. It's 2-1. And now Ford, he looks for it, tackled down from behind, and a penalty called again. So this time it's the Thunderbirds to the power play. 7:05 left to go in the Flow second period. And shots are now 19-16. Penalty called against Tyler Barrow. And so Barrow goes off for a hook. And we'll see a 5-on-4 with a face-off to our right. Here we go. It's LaBelle holding on to it from the face-off victory. Ford's got it now across. He goes to the rope and they fire and score! Roman Kramer, power play goal. Tie game, 2-2. Roman Kramer has 6 goals on the season. There's 14 power play goals now been scored by this team. That's his 49th of his career. So he's encroaching close to a milestone. And we're back. The game's now tied at 2. Great moment for Kramer as we'll hold for the announcement if we can, but the Thunderbirds have it again here in from center. It's Carter with it in front. Schnapp powers one towards the goal, and it's gloved up by Trevor Babin. And so it's Kramer from Ford and LaBelle, although they announced White and LaBelle here in the building, but scored as Kramer from Ford and LaBelle. Heavy hit there with Butita involved with Texmo. That's Joel Texmo. But a nice scoring play from Roman Kramer. Last time he scored a goal for the Thunderbirds to have 2 on the board, of course, was that game winner to make it 2-1 in overtime against PD here in the building last weekend. Smo looking for it. He'll play it ahead. Now to the near side corner, the defensive end of the Thunderbirds, found by Carter. Don Carter fires it along to Zach White. Trying to find it now is Roman Kramer and look to push it around the defender. Kramer got it for himself. Kramer carries, centers in front to White, and it just went wide of the goal. That one almost worked out. Nearly gave the Thunderbirds the lead. Found at center. Columbus onside from Choetin Blacksmith. Now we'll see Keeley look for it, and it's played in front of the visitors bench. Taken aside by the Thunderbirds. They got numbers in from center. Played by Kramer. Looking for it is White. And he goes down on the near side corner, trying to chop it towards the net. Shots on goal now even at 19 apiece. Here come the River Dragons looking to take the lead back. They circle behind the net. They throw it in front, and Skinner makes a nice save. It's in behind the goal, played by Demke. Demke up to Kramer at the end of his shift. Now to Keeley, and fired onside from there. Down it goes the near side. This will be found by Moore. Moore from the bottom of the circle. Shoots it out to center. Played by Kevin Sabat. And on goal. And Skinner will melt it down. That'll take us to our final media timeout of the Flow second period. And what a moment that was. Roman Kramer scoring on the power play. And we're tied at 2.
I want to stop being sidelined by pain. I want to tell him I'm in. I want a surgeon who speaks more knees than he can count. I want the best care in the game. I want a team that's with me every step of the way. I want to bounce back fast. I want to show them my best is yet to come.
For the best orthopedic care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com. Gus Ford and Roman Kramer have the goals for the Thunderbirds. Tie game at 2. 4 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the Flow second period tonight. And shots on goal favoring Columbus at 20-19. Defensive end face-off. Good victory there from Ford. And behind the goal, found by Farmer. Farmer slides to Jan Salak. Salak over the center ice logo, and they're offside. I think Gus Ford knew it. And that play will be stopped at the blue line. Out-of-town scoreboard report as we keep you updated every night with what's going on around the league. It's Binghamton leading Danbury by a goal now at 1. Indiana put another one on the board against Port Huron in the first period, and they're up 2-0 on the Prowlers. PD's got a 1-0 lead over Athens. Keep you updated as the night rolls along. We have the early 6:05 starts on Saturdays, and so almost always the first game going. Here's a chance for Moore in front of the goal. Penalty called against the Thunderbirds. Dobles and Farmer trying to get back there defensively. And yet another penalty has been called in tonight's game. This one is going to go against number 27, Luke Dobles. And I think they'll get him for a trip there as he reached back and upended Kyle Moore. And so the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill begins. Near side circle, Barrow swings it down low. LaBelle broke it up. And they'll look for it here. They go across to the slot. They chop it high in the air with Alex Dorjahan. And this one will be found, moved to the line, not out of the zone. Still onside on the power play for the visitors. Near side is Barrow. Barrow looks to drop a pass. LaBelle jumps in there attempting to steal it away. Found back behind the goal. Now way high in the air. They'll wave at it a few times, and I think the third time the Thunderbirds got to it, and they're able to clear it. And so time continues to tick down on this penalty. We've got 1:17 left to go on the Bobo's penalty kill. And the Thunderbirds find it again. So they get the clear, played by the goaltender Trevor Babin. It was Tyler Roy who won the game in net last night for Columbus. And Boris Babic dropped the game. Bouncing play in front of Skinner, covers, he tried to. He threw a glove on it. He's able to turn it away, but they still have it onside here. And a tip play goes off the side of the net. Columbus looking to take the lead here on the power play. White intercepts and he clears. Nice work there from Zach White. So now it's Gus Ford on the ice with Jacob Schnapp, Josh LaBelle, and James Farmer. Changing his Ford, and Keeley replaces him. Onside a chance for Blacksmith now. Chillette and Blacksmith in the far side corner. Moves it around the zone, eventually over to Wickline. He got it from Josh Colton. Here's Cody Wickline. Loads up near side. One-timer in on goal, and a great save made by Skinner. We play on. LaBelle looks to clear off the backhand. Schnapp, pressure high in the zone, and he'll get it down the ice. Now just 8 seconds left on the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. Dobles is waiting for now. He stands up in the box, and out he goes. 5-on-5 again. Columbus is onside, taken away by Hanley, and they do so illegally. Another penalty called against the Thunderbirds. And so as soon as the penalty is over to Dobles, it's a high stick infraction against Twin City. And they're going to call Jacob Schnapp. Schnapp entered tonight's game with 530 career penalty minutes in the FPHL. And I'm not sure he earned that one. Defensive end face-off, found by LaBelle, and his slap shot as he clears it to the far side of the building, not out. It's inside the line. They look to fire ahead. Here's Barrow working it around the zone. Underwood, across they go, found by the Thunderbirds. It goes off the lower body of Ford, given away, and blocked by White, or Hanley rather. Here's Ford, now White has it. Kicked around. And down low, they'll look to center one. Across they go. Barrow couldn't fire. Out it goes and down the ice on the clear. From the side of the net, here's Underwood. Underwood holding on to it. And back to Barrow it goes. Here's Barrow. Crossing over the center ice logo. Nearly taken away by Pastuca. They break up the pass. Near side Dobles. Back behind the net, they center, and out it goes on the clear. And so Yuri Pastuca able to move it down the ice quickly in the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill, now with only 47 seconds left on it. Late in this period, we're tied at 2, 65 seconds remaining in the Flow second period. Jacob Schnapp has been standing this entire time in the penalty box. He is not happy. Barrow shoots a long one, and it goes wide of the net. Inside the line with less than 1 to play in the period. Here they go with it. Back behind the net, they center it across. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can find it. Ford, and they're going to call a penalty here to Ford on the hit to Barrow. And Ford really can't believe this one either. So This is now turning into something I don't think either team wants, with this many penalties called constantly each way all the time. We've got 42.3 left to go in the period. I don't think either head coach is going to be pleased with how this one has been so far. And heard Roman Creamer just yell out Schnapp from the bench. He's pointing over to Jacob Schnapp, who's in the box, making sure that he doesn't cross a line here. We want to certainly have him available for the rest of the night. But he has been irate in the penalty box the entire time, standing and screaming. And you hear what the fans have to say about it. 5-on-3 is well underway. Colton has it. They go across, top of the far side circle. Good stick there from White. Out of the box is Schnapp. Near side here on the penalty kill. Schnapp fills the lane. Colton fires one, blocked in front. They're looking for the rebound. It goes into the corner. Zach White on the clear. Not out though. Held onside. 10 seconds left to play in the period. From the far side of the building. They'll look to snap it down low. Still at the side of the circle. Towards the goal. Shut down by Skinner. It's loose and free behind him. Goes out in front. And that's it for the second period. The period ends and we go to the break with each team 2 goals up on the board. What a middle frame this was. And Roman Creamer scores on the power play. My goodness. This one has had some emotion. Tie game at 2. And we'll step aside for the second intermission break.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
When you're craving that slow smoke flavor done right here in Winston-Salem, there's only one place to go, Honky Tonk Smokehouse. From tendered pulled pork and fall-off-the-bone ribs to fresh house-made sides, Honky Tonk has it all. Not a meat lover? They've got delicious vegan options too. And when it's time to party, let Honky Tonk Smokehouse handle the catering and event planning. They'll bring the flavor to you. Stop by 145 Jonestown Road and taste why the locals here can't get enough. Honky Tonk Smokehouse.
So, you said UMass,
Dartmouth, yeah.
Dartmouth. Have you been able to explore the city around here?
I've been to like a couple places. Not really. I want to go a little bit more, but a couple like restaurants been to. That's really it. Just the restaurants and
Just
bars.
restaurants.
Yeah, that was it.
What's your favorite spot so far?
So far, it's Young Cardinal Cafe.
I was
like
just
that
there
one.
for lunch.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a good spot.
Honestly, that was probably the only place I've really been to, so a little biased about it.
You
But
got to get out there a little bit more often.
yeah.
What are your thoughts about the season so far with the team and everything?
Starting to like Joe now, like it's had a slow start, but you know, some teams it just happens. So it's like a new year for everyone. So, but the chemistry is starting to get better with everybody. So, got a good group of guys. So, from here on out, it should be good.
Any thoughts about the rest of the year? What are you looking forward to? What are you thinking?
I'm just really just like making playoffs and stuff. That's the only thing I'm really like concerned about, or not concerned, but like excited for. And like seeing other teams, experiencing other teams too.
Well, you guys haven't been too many road trips this year.
No, we had really was just Athens, and then when we went to Danbury and Bingo. Yeah.
That's really it. You haven't been down to Florence yet?
No.
Okay.
They were. I was out that game.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was
just one time.
Trying to think of some of the nicer places to travel around here in the league this year.
What was the nicest place you played out here?
I don't know. I've been to a lot of different places. There was some really cities in this this league.
What's the worst one?
The worst one? Danville, Illinois, by far.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the worst place ever.
Did we go there?
No. Danville's not in the league anymore. But back when I got in here about 10 years ago, it was the worst place to go.
Okay.
It was the worst place. Some of the southern ones, like I liked Mississippi last year. I think I told LaBelle last week that I got the DoubleTree cookies, the team's cookies. I for some reason I ended up with a bag, so I was a big fan of that one.
Yeah, I don't think we traveled here this year.
I didn't like Monroe last year.
Okay.
Baton Rouge was okay. I don't know. I kind of like the northern ones. I think Binghamton was the nicest. Arena.
Their arenas. That's them in Athens so far. I mean,
Athens was nice. I was there last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all right. They're kind of all the same.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS5OFF. Cotton & Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
Kate, how well did you know Dyson, if at any, before you started playing here? I usually mention it when it's on the air, when he's playing and you're playing, that you're both from Montana, and that's kind of a small coincidence and a small world type thing. Did you know him at all before you got here?
We won't hold that against them because they lived in Montana, but that's another story.
Yeah, no, me and Dyson, we go way back. The way hockey works in Montana is each town has a single A team, and then they make a state double A team. And so, since Squirts or Pee-wees, U8, U10, we were playing tournaments together all throughout. And so we played all the way through U14, and then he went to Sioux Falls, and I stayed home and played juniors back home, and he went the AAA route. And then I hadn't seen him in 10 years until I rolled up to the team house that we had and got to see him again. So it was a small hockey world moment, and always good.
Coach, finally, before we move on, any last thoughts on Friday's game?
Yeah, we probably in the last month or so, we haven't got the results that we were looking for. And don't get me wrong, I thought it was a great weekend, but I really thought we turned the corner a little bit on Friday night, sealing the win where all of a sudden they pressured us, we didn't bend. Or we did bend a little bit, but we didn't break. And to get a win on the road there, I think hopefully we've gained a lot of confidence in ourselves and in the group that we can keep moving forward. I'd love to say I'm where we're at and where I want to be at, but I wouldn't be telling the truth. As I said, we've still got a lot of growth to go, but I think the guys are gaining confidence in themselves and is in the group too. So, and that's what you're trying to build on. And Kate can talk about it too. This guy here's got a lot of ceiling to go, and I think he came out of his shell on the weekend here, and we'll talk about that coming up here. But I think there's only better days ahead for him, and better days ahead for us if we continue to grow the way we are as a team and as a unit. And as I said, I was pretty pleased after Friday.
Coach, you come home on Saturday night. Obviously, there's a little bit of different, type of game in terms of just the scoring aspect, and I wasn't sure when we're going to get a goal there on Saturday night, but you finally break through in the third period, so it's scoreless after the first two, and we can talk about the third and the overtime and exciting stuff, but go back to your start on Friday or on Saturday night, second period. How do you think, despite not having a goal on the board for either team, what was kind of the story through the first 40 minutes there for you?
Well, I think that's the type of hockey that you're seeing now. There's a lot of skill out there. There's a lot of teams that are fighting for points, and I know it's early in the season, but the more and more we start to get into the season, points now are starting to get more expensive, okay? And you have to pay a bigger price for it. And since I've been in this league back, the second time here, I think there's been more games going into the third period, or we've even lost in overtime, no goals after 2 periods. And it doesn't happen very often. Normally there's at least 1 or 2, but actually Josh, we were talking about it today. He's been in the league quite a few years and never seen it before. You know what I mean? And since I've been back here, I've seen it probably quite a few times. And I think it's just, I think it's a credit to the teams and the goaltending and just the way they play. And for the fans, I know everyone loves to see the 5-4 games with all the goals and the excitement, but from actually a skill and from a coach's standpoint, I enjoy the 0-0 games too. I think those are fun as the 5-4 hockey games. You know what I mean? And I think everyone's on edge all the whole time. Especially after the first period. Now in the second period, the sense of urgency even goes greater, because now all of a sudden it's like when it's 5-4 or 4-3, it's 1 more goal. Okay, well then we're going to get another one later. But when it's 0-0, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, boy, I better make sure I make the right move. And we went into the third period, as I said, don't change, play the way we want to play, and they kind of pinched a little bit here and then got caught, and as I said, on a 2-on-1, and those are the things you can't get caught on. And as I said, they made a mistake, and we took advantage of it.
So Liam Blomquist scores that goal that you're talking about. John Butita gets the assist, the primary assist. Cade Hanley right here gets the secondary assist on that scoring play on that rush down the ice. Yeah. And
that's for your parents in case they're watching. Okay.
That's nice. That's nice.
I paid them. Okay.
Coach, we talked, I think just here before we started the show, that John Butita got his 200th career assist on the road on Friday, and that was number 201. I think Jan Salak hit a milestone recently of 150. There's been a lot of good stories early on in this season, and Boots hitting 200, that's certainly one that I'll think about.
Well, we joke with Boots. I'm not sure how many goals he's got in his career, but we talk about it. He'll tell you, he'll explain every goal to you. I don't know if he could do the assist. That's an awful lot of assists. So, no, it's a great accomplishment. You get to that level of assists, and it means that you're a team guy, but it also means that you're in the right position and. Also, he's been very fortunate. He's played with good players too. But again, it's a compliment to him. And also, as I said, Salak too. There's another one with the 400. Those are they should take pride in those. Those doesn't matter what level of play you're at. That's a great accomplishment. And I've enjoyed coaching both of them. And as I said, I'll leave it at that. I won't get too deep into it. But no, it's a great, and they should be very proud of it.
Yep. Kate, what'd you see there on that scoring play? You got the assist up to Boots, and what'd you see on that play?
Yeah, I don't think that was me that gave it up to
okay. There's a fan of one. All right.
So, I hopped on the ice after the rush went up, and so snuck a plus in there. But,
there we go. Well, officially it's number 5. All right, Coach. So, we go through that game there. We get down to the end. It's just wild at the end with the goalie pulled. I thought Boris was going to get that shutout so close, and he was phenomenal. But they do get on the board, and obviously that takes the point off the board in terms of you being able to get the 3. But I think like you were talking about on the previous night on Friday night, probably a good time to reset and say, hey, this thing's not over. They tied it up, but we got to go win this game here.
Yeah, we broke a stick there. We probably should have not maybe gone up the middle of the ice, but we broke a stick, and I think if he had his stick there on the rebound there, I don't know if they would have scored. But those things happen, and give the other team credit. They put some pressure on us, and as I said, it was just one of those plays where if the rebound goes the other way, it's probably not going to go in the net. It went the other way, and unfortunately for Boris, who I thought played awesome, had a great game, made some big saves for us, and kept the game where it should have been. for us. And as I said, I thought he had a great game. So kind of disappointing for him. I know, last year he got rewarded with some shutouts and that. And as I said, it's a great accomplishment to get down to a few seconds left in the game to finally break that shutout. But unfortunately for him, but one of those deals, as I said. So we went into overtime, and now the game changes. Now you have to figure out who you want to put out there, and as you said, now the whole ball game changes.
Yep. And so they end up scoring at 4 shots each in the overtime. You go way deep in the overtime. And I mentioned on the air that, so many times that the overtime 3-on-3 is designed to end the game quickly. But, so many times you do see it end the game quickly. I thought it was so rare just to see it stretch out. But Boris is making great saves. You guys had chances on the other end. And then it ends up you get a power play opportunity there. And I mentioned the power play goals back on Friday. Roman Kramer is able to bury that one. And you get the 2-1 win in the overtime.
Well, yeah, the 3-on-3, it's part of the game, and some of it I don't know if I love it, but it's part of the game, so you embrace it, and you got to run with it, and you got to figure out how to win it with it. And as I said, I thought we had some good chances. They actually had some good chances, and we play 3-on-3 all the time, so we should be pretty good at it. And they got a penalty there, and we took advantage of the power play there, and I think we scored with, I'm not sure how many seconds left in the game, but the guys did a good job on the power play. They shot the puck. Whitey was in front of the net and screened them. So it was one of those deals where I've been on the other end where we've got a penalty too against us, and those are tough penalties to take. And I can't remember the call at the time because I haven't really looked at it, but we'll take it. And as I said, it was a great effort scoring that goal, and we were pretty happy.
Kate, you've been a part of a few Saturday night wins here already on home ice this year. I've asked this question several times to our guests that cycle through on the show. What's it been like playing here and then also being able to celebrate a win on home ice with these fans?
Oh, it's awesome. The fans we have here are incredible, and being able to play in front of them and doing 6 taps on the glass after the game is always a good time.
Coach, great effort there, really, for both games on the weekend. Before we move on, and we'll have our fan questions coming up next, can you put a bow on not only that game but the weekend as a whole? What'd you think?
Well, after the game we talked about it just briefly, and I told the boys I was proud of them. Anytime you get you get a win in the league, as I've said, it's a great accomplishment, and let's take it. But I know we can be better, and let's celebrate this. Enjoy this and have some fun with it. But I know we can even be better. And as I said, this whole month is we talked about it last week. There, this month is going to be a bear. We play all good teams. We're playing Columbus coming up here, and we'll talk about them coming up here in a few minutes. But they just lost 2 games in a row, and so they're going to come in here hungrier and excited to be playing against us. And we know what those games are always like anyway, so that's going to be great. But and then after that is PD again, and then we play Whitfield. So this is a big month for us, and again we got to take steps. And we had a pretty good practice today, and we had a couple guys sick and a couple of little injuries, and hopefully we can get healthy by Friday and put our best foot forward. But it's a step in the right direction. And again, hopefully we can take another step this weekend.
And you mentioned the couple of injuries. We saw Jacob Schnapp leave the game Saturday night. Anything you can update us on any of those guys? It sounds like that, for the most part, pretty close to get them all back and healthy.
Well, Schnappy is going to probably skate on Thursday. He's not going to skate tomorrow, and he'll skate Thursday and see how it is. And I don't know if he's watching, but the way he skates sometimes, maybe a little sore knee is not going to hurt him. But no, I'm just kidding. But so we'll see. Hopefully on Friday or Thursday he feels better. I think it's getting better every day, and so we'll evaluate him on Thursday. And Mike Mania, who was out last week with an injury, and he's going to skate tomorrow. So we'll see how he is. And I know a couple of guys are sick. Kramer's been sick. A couple other guys have been sick. It's just it's that time of year, and then when it just seems like when one gets it, everybody gets it, and so that's where we're at right now. But hopefully we can be where we want to be by Friday.
Coach, you mentioned it about the 3-on-3, but a question, is how often do you work on 3-on-3? How important is that to you? And you sort of answered that you do have a little bit of it through the week.
Well, we play 3-on-3 a lot because that's basically the game. If you really watch it, if it's in our zone or it's in the offensive zone, it's 3-on-3 below the circles. And so if you don't know how to play, if you can play 3-on-3, you know how to play 5-on-5. And so we do it quite a bit. And you kind of kill two birds with one stone. It's a little bit of a conditioning one because I think you have to work hard at it. You don't want to get beat. But you have to think about it. You have to do a lot of things you have to do in that game. You have to talk a lot because guys are all over the ice, and especially when you have the puck. So it's a great tool for a lot of different reasons. And as I said, we probably do it at least once a week. Sometimes, like even today, we did 2-on-2, and just to get the guys to know what they're doing when in those situations. So it's a great tool, and as I said, we do it quite a bit.
Being your best is hard. You gotta take care of yourself. You got your husband.
Let's put in a pool. For the kids.
For the kids.
Forget the car. How about a motorcycle?
And if you own a business?
We need servers from like this century.
Yeah.
At a Legacy Federal Credit Union, we're committed to helping you be your best you. Whether it's with an unbeatable car loan rate, home equity line of credit, or small business help.
Who's the best?
Visit alegacy.org for our best rates.
And welcome back live inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. This has been an exciting game so far, and we expect more of that in the upcoming Culver's third period. It's 2-2 after 2. Each team has returned, ready to go again. We'll see the Thunderbirds attacking right to left, and the River Dragons moving left to right in this third and final period of regulation time. 1 minute, 18 seconds of a penalty to Gus Ford, high-sticking minor at 19:18 of the flow. Second period is still on the board, and that means the Thunderbirds will begin this Culver's third period on the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. Gus Ford and Roman Kramer have the goals for the Thunderbirds. Brody Thornton and Josh Colton have the goals for the River Dragons. Tie game, 2-2, third period. Here we go. And a face-off victory for Twin City immediately. As Pastuca was knocked down to the rink, he goes down, gets up, and LaBelle fires a quick one out of the zone on the penalty kill. That one goes way down the rink. And we've got 1 minute left to go on this power play for the River Dragons. Schnapp off the backhand to find it up to Yuri Pastuca. Goes across the ring quickly. It's fired in from center off the glass, and that one took a funny bounce, hit the side of the net. Dyson Skinner had to slam on the brakes and stop his progress. And then the Thunderbirds find it, and down it goes. So they clear it again here with now 19:15 left to go in the period, and half a minute remaining on the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. Long shot in on goal, and the save made by Skinner. That was from Kyle Moore. And 27 seconds now left to go on this Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. We're in the Culver's third period. Hungry fans, well, nothing beats a Culver's Butterburger. Fresh, never frozen beef, seared to perfection and served on a lightly buttered toasted bun. Stop by Culver's at 2973 Fairlawn Drive in Winston-Salem today. Culver's, welcome to delicious. Face-off victory for the River Dragons on the power play. They hold on to it. Across the rink it goes, and out to center and down from the Thunderbirds. All right, nicely done. With 18:49 left to go here in the period. Back in behind the goal line. Look out, they center it. Keeley stripped up, penalty called. Ford's out of the box. And it'll be a power play for the Thunderbirds. And so as Keeley draws the penalty, tripping is the call. And we'll see who they get this time. Looks like it will be Ryan Galvin. And there we go, face-off win, but LaBelle unable to hold the line, and so he goes skating back into the defensive end. Used some deception with a stick, faked one way, went the other way, and then put it back behind the net here for Roman Kramer. Kramer looks to work from there here on the power play. He has a power play goal tonight. That tied the game at 2 in front. They go looking for Keeley. Just out of his reach. Now it's Zach White, his turn to play it. Up high, LaBelle, near side to Gus Ford. Here's Ford working it around the zone of the power play. Now to Josh LaBelle. Gus Ford, side of the circle in front. They missed the pass to White, but LaBelle will settle it. He then goes across and collected just out of the reach of Ford. And so to be found out here to the neutral zone. It's LaBelle to swing it across the rink. And then Kramer finds it from there and pushes it back to the near side. LaBelle holding on to it, back behind the net. And he's got room to play it. 56 seconds remaining on this power play. Thunderbirds look for the go-ahead goal. It's Ford. Great move in front of the net. Ford held up. Penalty called again. They look to fire with Schnapp, and they do. And it's back behind the net. Thunderbirds have it. Out of the net comes Skinner. And they fire and score. Pastuca. Power play goal with the delayed call. 17-17 left to go in the third period. Yuri Pastuca strikes on the power play. Third goal of the season. Third goal for the Thunderbirds tonight as they lead this game 3-2. Ryan Galvin comes out of the box. And 2 more minutes go on the board to Lucas Texmo. The Thunderbirds strike on the delayed call. And so the penalty resets things. 5-on-4 face-off following that drive from Pastuca. The go-ahead goal. And the Thunderbirds will look for another one here. Falling down is Pastuca after scoring that goal. He got tied up in his own feet. That drew some oohs and ahs from the fans. Long shot goes wide of Skinner here. That's a shorthanded bid coming from across the rink. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can get to this one. From the side of the circle. It's Salak. He finds it, takes it back behind the net. And they'll announce the goal to Pastuca. Butita has it. Here he is in from center. John Butita takes it behind the net, looks for an option in front. Instead, he goes up high to find LaBelle. LaBelle across to Don Carter Jr. Now it's Jacob Schnapp behind the net, trying to center to Butita. John Butita, the captain, playing it here in the corner. Back behind the goal for Schnapp. Salak. LaBelle, long shot, tipped in on net. They're looking for the rebound. It's free. Salak shoots it towards the goal. It's free again. Schnapp tied up. LaBelle shoots another one, and it goes up and out. Incredible action there with Trevor Babin backed up into his own net. Lost his goal stick. Schnapp was down. They still were able to fire towards the net a few times. And after all of that, a puck out of play to stop the action. 16:03 left to go in the Culver's third period. Thunderbirds still on the power play. And they'll look to win this face-off near side circle. It's Gus Ford. Wins it back to Josh LaBelle. LaBelle shooting and on goal, and Babin's got it. So Trevor Babbitt makes a save, and we see 15:58 left in the period. As we reset things now, 41 seconds left on the most recent penalty in tonight's game. And there have been several. Here's LaBelle. Snaps it along, looking for Ford. Back behind the net to Zach White on the power play. They reverse course and go near side of Ford. Across they go, and they'll hold the line here with Kramer. Roman Kramer skates it down the half wall. Back behind the goal. White and try to find Ford. Pass was broken up. They keep the line though with LaBelle. 15 left to go in the power play. And passed across, and miscommunication there. It's picked off as Kramer was hoping to find LaBelle. And LaBelle was sort of back skating right along the blue line, and that's going to do it for this most recent power play. And so out of the box is Texmo. That's Lucas Texmo. But it's a power play goal for Pastuca at 2:43. Here's Salak. In front he goes, dancing around, try to force it back to the forehand. Pastuca from Ford and Butita at 2:43 of the third period. Here's Pastuca again. And the pass looking for Salak. And now we're going to have a too many men penalty called, I think, against the Thunderbirds. 14:54 left to go in the Culver's third period. Media timeout. We'll be right back.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporaries. As proud sponsors of the Carolina Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Gunny's telling you to bring your toys to Tots for hockey games this weekend. Hey Boris, what are you doing?
Hey, packing joy for the holidays.
Is that for Toys for Tots?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Toys for Tots. The last day to bring in your toys to our games is December 12th. Flock together.
Go Birds.
Five-on-4 power play for the visitors with the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill on the ice. Nate Keeley, defensive end face-off. And we're back with the play back behind the net. Pastuca chopping at it, and he clears it. Nicely done by him. So they announced the bench minor penalty. It's being served by Roman Kramer. So the power play well underway. Thunderbirds looking for it here out towards center. We see Keeley looking to find it along the near side boards. And it's back behind the goal. Now they'll look to move it near side with Blacksmith. Choletton Blacksmith plays ahead of Wickline. Cody Wickline sends the pass to Josh Colton. Colton holding on to it here on the power play. Well, take it back behind the net. Stolen away by Hanley, and Hanley able to clear it. Trevor Babin, he's in between the pipes this evening, looking for win number 5 on the year. He plays it to begin the breakout here on the power play for Columbus. Crossing onside is Josh Colton. Looks to get around Schnapp, found behind the net by LaBelle, and he clears it. And so now, just 53 seconds remaining on the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. Here comes Alex Storjahan. Storjahan crosses onside, sends the pass. Up top they go to Ryan Hunter. Hunter waiting with it in front, and the one-timer is wide from Storjahan. Now it's Underwood. Kirk Underwood across on the pass. They shoot one, save, made big rebounds there, and it's blocked by LaBelle. Not out of the zone, though. Barrow zips it across, near side again, settles it, looks to play it from there. They go up high. One-timer across the ice. It's off the glass, not out, and there it goes. Thunderbirds find it, they clear it again. All right, now Barrow swings it across, 8 seconds left to go on this Columbus power play. They missed the pass, but they'll hold the line. Near side, Barrow. He's held up, gives to Storjahan. That's the end of the penalty. Kramer's out of the box. And it's 5-on-5 again. James Farmer with a check. Far side post they go. Columbus has it. It's blocked in front of the net. There's a big hit. Salak involved, and Kramer able to move it out to the red line. So we play on. 12:33 left to go in the Culver's third period tonight. Kramer steals it away. Here's Roman Kramer shooting one, and it goes back behind the goal. Trevor Babin got a piece out. I think it hit him in the mask. Thunderbirds have it again in front of the net. Shot up and off the glass, and out of play from Pastuca. Yuri Pastuca entered tonight's game with 2 goals. He has his third, and he was looking to get to 4 there. Shots favoring Columbus at 26-24. Left circle face-off, Nate Keeley. Alberta native. And White is able to fire forward right from the face-off victory from Nate Keeley. That was a quick play, and we saw a goal scored off a face-off play similar to that earlier tonight. White fires one wide. He was wide open in front of the goal. And that was from the hash mark. Zach White that close to getting to double digits and 10 goals on the season. He missed it there, and that would have put the Thunderbirds ahead by 2. Now he'll find it in front of the bench. Zach White finds James Farmer and crossing onside, but the River Dragons converge on him to break up the play. Twin City ahead 3-2. Being outshot now at 26-24. And standing tall behind the goal here is Don Carter Jr. He'll take his time. And they go across to find Josh LaBelle. Now John Butita. Here's Butita onside from center. Batted around a couple of times. Found by LaBelle. No, couldn't hold the line. And so LaBelle will get it to Demke. A couple of River Dragons collided there, and the fans like that. Clearing attempt is on from Columbus. Not out of the zone, though, as the Thunderbirds converge into the near side. They'll look for it here. 9 minutes gone by in the period. And the go-ahead goal scored on the power play by Yuri Pastuca. Back behind the net. It's Butita. Here's Don Carter. Carter being held up by Wynn. Continues on though. Wynn hits him from behind. Now Schnopp. Lost the handle. Tried to get it. He did. Stole it to Carter and on goal. And shut down. Goes the far side corner. Now Dion Demke racing in looking for it. Back down low in the corner. Good work here from the Thunderbirds in the attacking area. Able to make changes. Pastuca calling for it. They get it to LaBelle instead. LaBelle, Demke shoots one. Glove save made by Babin. And that brings us to a stoppage with 10 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in this Culver's third period. Hey, Thunderbirds fans, got a sweet tooth? Well, Culver's fresh frozen custard is rich, creamy, and made in small batches all day, every day. Swing by Culver's at 2973 Fairlawn Drive in Winston-Salem and check out today's flavor. Culver's, welcome to delicious. Offensive end face-off here. Thunderbirds go looking for it. They've got it. And Pastuca just couldn't fire it. So they'll regather, look to play, and out to center. Could be a rush the other way. Shut down by Dobles. Good stick there from Luke Dobles, swatting it away. He just crossed over the halfway point in the Culver's third period. Thunderbirds have taken the lead here in this third period. Power play goal from Yuri Pastuca. Gus Ford off the backhand, ships it ahead, collected by Kirk Underwood. Fired forward off the glass, way down the rink. LaBelle first one to it here in the corner. LaBelle looks to play from there. He's got room, skates it out of the zone himself. Josh LaBelle flying in from center, back to Gus Ford. He pauses, waits, goes across. Zach White tried to find the pass near side to Salak. It's blocked. Salak was wide open. I'm pretty sure that's what White was looking to do with it. But the advance was blocked there in the attacking area. 9:15 left to play in the period. And the Thunderbirds now out shooting Columbus again. It keeps going back and forth. It's 27-26 now in favor of Twin City. Keeley off the backhand. Shut down in the near side corner. Now Kramer. He's run into, found by Zach White. Tried to return it back to Roman Kramer. They'll battle for it. Few whacks at it. And Kramer still applying pressure with Zach White. Eventually it's back in behind the net. Trevor Babin looks on. It's played off the dasher, grabbed by Gillette and Blacksmith. Ahead they go. Galvin, he misses the pass though. And so Cody Wickline has to find it behind the goal line. Thunderbirds jump in, looking to take it away. Under 8.5 to play in the third period. It's a 3-2 lead for the home team. Up top, long shot in on goal. Skinner makes the save. And Dyson Skinner covers it. That'll send us to a media timeout. 3-2, Thunderbirds in front.
Flow Offer to Purchase makes it easy for you to generate an appraisal for a vehicle online in under 5 minutes. You can confidently use Flow Offer to Purchase to determine your vehicle's trade-in value or to get a real offer to sell it to us. Here at Flow, we've always had a transparent, interactive appraisal process that our customers love. We developed our Flow Offer to Purchase tool to offer you that same great experience online or through our Flow Garage app anytime, anywhere. Using Flow Offer to Purchase is simple. Either enter your license plate number or VIN, and the system will pull up basic information about your vehicle. Some vehicles have options or extras that need to be selected in order to pull an accurate value. Then just tell us about the current condition of a few things like your tires, dents and scratches, or mechanical issues. From there, a real offer on your vehicle, whether you buy from us or not, is just a click away. Just a heads up, our staff will check over your vehicle to ensure your Flow Offer to Purchase is accurate. Your satisfaction is our priority. Flow Automotive dealerships have processed tens of thousands of vehicles using Flow Offer to Purchase, which has resulted in buying many thousands of cars from customers. Try Flow Offer to Purchase for free today. You can access this tool by clicking Sell Trade on flowauto.com or your dealer site by starting the Sell Trade dialog in the center of the homepage.
Defensive zone face-off coming up here for John Boutita, the captain. Each team with 27 shots, and the Thunderbirds ahead by a goal. Long shot off the face-off, in on goal, covered up immediately by Dyson Skinner. And that was off the stick of Justin Samara to the near side. So they'll do it again with now 8 minutes and 16 seconds left in the Culver's third period. Shots are now 28-27, favoring Columbus. Off the face-off, Brody Thornton has it, holds on to it. And down behind the line they go. Moore looks to play it, back behind the goal. It's found by Schnapp, out to center, maybe a 2-on-1, and Schnapp gets it. Near side, and they miss the pass to Carter. It's back behind him, he finds it, long shot off the back of the goal. Good pressure from Twin City. Another long drive. That was Doble. Schnapp finds a rebound and never made it to the net. And tied up in the far side corners, Boutita. Boutita and Schnapp come together looking to work the puck free. And it's behind the goal. Out to the red line at center. And we've got 7.5 left to go here in the third. It's Farmer circling around, gives the pass to Don Carter. Carter holding on to it, looking for a play up to Pastuca. Had to wait to make sure he was onside before he chased after it. And that allowed Josh Colton to go back and find it. In from center, Farmer swats at it. Out to center, would have been a hand pass, but Columbus was the next team to play it, so that negated that. Here's LaBelle, chops to the head, Pastuca. And then back for the River Dragons. They'll fire it off the red line, off the boards. It goes over the red line and found by Farmer. Farmer steps up with it and lifts it down behind the net. Far side of the building. Now from the red line, Pastuca goes back to find Farmer. And across they go to Josh LaBelle. Now Farmer. Farmer pressure to him. Gets through it though. And Salak will lift it onside. Use the boards to do it. Delayed penalty against Columbus. It's a slash. And as Skinner was headed off, this will be a power play for the Thunderbirds with 6:34 left to go in the Culver's third period. And the penalty called to Tyler Barrow. Thunderbirds fans, the official chiropractor of the Twin City Thunderbirds is Dr. Dirk Willard with Total Health Chiropractic. If you're hurt, call Dr. Dirk at 336-705-5537. Offensive end face-off here on the power play. White looks for it, and they're unable to find it. Now Kramer has a chance to play it. Heavy pressure to him, and they announce the penalty. Slashing is the call. Back out to the neutral zone. Less than 6.5 to play. 13:26 the time of the penalty. Thunderbirds onside, looking to score again on the power play tonight. Kramer near side rips one and they hit the post. I think the second time Kramer's hit the post tonight. LaBelle towards the net. A floater of a shot went wide and collected here in the near side corner. Out to center, blocked by LaBelle. Good job to hold the line. And they'll miss the pass with White and Kramer. Kramer finds it. So here they go again. LaBelle jumps onside. It's Gus Ford with some space. Fires one, and the glove save from Trevor Babin. Ford freed himself and had some room to work. 68 seconds left to go in this power play. And face-off looming in the attacking area. The Thunderbirds here on the 5-on-4 man advantage. By the way, that was the 17th penalty called tonight. Butita readies, left circle face-off, and looks to win it. Chops it to Carter and then Pastuca. Back behind the line. This is the captain, Butita, now to Carter. Don Carter. And they missed the pass to Salak. What a story it would be if Butita could score in his 300th career game here late in the third period. Columbus covered the puck up there. And we continue. Butita, good pass to find Salak. Now Pastuca. Carter. Don Carter goes in front of the goal looking for an option, and it's blocked and then cleared by Alex Dorjahan. So we got 5:03 left to play in our Culver's third period. 27 left to go in the power play. Thunderbirds in front by a goal at 3-2. Really exciting game here tonight at the fairgrounds. Farmer trying to find it. He does. Stole it away. Farmer in front of the net. They go. They couldn't fire it there with White. It hopped on him. Inside the line, Hanley. Hanley off the backhand. Now to Zach White. Far side corner. As they look to move it around. The expiration of the power play. Hanley drives. Tip just wide of the net. And Barrows out of the box. It's even strength hockey at 5-on-5. And from center ice, here they go. Choetin Blacksmith. He gave it away, and then it's stripped away from Kate Hanley. Inside the line. Samaro goes across with a pass. Now they'll look to find it here off the side of the goal, and Skinner is able to find it and cover it. 4 minutes, 14 seconds left. It's the final media timeout of the third period. Thunderbirds in front by a goal at 3-2.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS5OFF. Cotton & Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples designed championship golf course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
As we return from the final media timeout of the third period. 4:14 left. Defensive zone face-off now for Nate Keeley. Down he goes. White jumping in, but it's a turnover as Colton will find it. He tried to steal it, did White, towards the goal, back behind Skinner behind the net. He looks on as the River Dragons look to set up a play on the far side. Another funny bounce tonight. That one's down with Kramer finding it. Kramer sensing the pressure. He just cleared it. And so icing, it finally makes the icing line. So with the 17 penalties that have been called tonight, sometimes you look at a score sheet and you say, well, 17 penalties, that game must have gotten out of hand. There's not a single rough, a single unsportsmanlike conduct, or a single fighting major that's been handed out tonight. Nate Keeley, defensive zone face-off. He'll try to find it here with Farmer searching for it, and he's got it on the forehand. Out towards center, and this, I think, let's see what they're going to call here. Thunderbirds are pointing back into the defensive end as a linesman stopped this play. And so the face-off is going to come outside of the Thunderbirds' defensive zone. Shots are even at 28. And good face-off win there for Gus Ford. Pulled it back immediately into the defensive end on the pass. Now they go to Pastuca. Ford looking to track it down at center. And in behind the goal it goes for Dyson Skinner. Found by Josh LaBelle. Pressure to him, and he makes the pass up the far side to find Luke Dobles. Dobles flips it ahead, and down the ice it goes. This time no icing. It's found by the River Dragons and win. Out to center, then a funny bounce that nearly worked out for the Thunderbirds. I think that's the third time we've seen just a very sharp bounce off a stanchion tonight. Gus Ford has it, he's open, shoots it wide of the goal. Jan Salak with it. Here's Salak, now Ford. Ford high, he goes to LaBelle. LaBelle to Dobles. Dobles shoots it off the side of the goal. Back behind the net. Here's Gus Ford, less than 3 minutes to play. Still a one-goal lead. Ford, he's open. Doesn't fire though. Waits and gives the pass to Dobles towards the goal, and he squeezes his shot wide of the net. Good play by Pastuca to break up that pass, and now they'll stretch it out down the rink. Intercepted by LaBelle. Turnover, in on goal, but it's blocked by LaBelle. Found here by the Thunderbirds in the defensive end. Out to center, Pastuca. He picks it up and chips it ahead. Twin City looking to even up this season series. It's the fourth game of 6 between these two teams. Season series will be over by the time this month is over. And from center, nearly taken away by Schnapp, and they will get it to him. Schnapp, and he had it stolen back by Texmo. Schnapp jumped that first play and looked to get out to center ice, and then eventually they were able to slide it to him with a pass from Butita. Onside from the River Dragons late here, 1:45 left. Schnapp's in a conversation with Lucas Texmo just inside the blue line. Out to center ice with a pressure from Farmer. Onside again. Thunderbirds find it behind the net with Hanley. Trevor Babin thought about it. He's standing at the hash mark. 1:25 left. Still onside for Columbus. Down low. Here comes Babin. He's out of the net. And the extra attacker jumps over the boards. It's underneath Schnapp. Then it goes to the far side. Onside a chance. Long shot. Blocked. Fouled by Butita. Then played by Hanley. And out of the zone to clear it goes. Changes each way. Clock still running. 1 minute left. Moore. In front he goes. He fires it off the glass. It's wide. Thunderbirds looking to find it. Here's Keeley. Keeley running two by Wickline. It's in the near side corner. They throw it in front. Keeley clears. Way down the ice it goes. And icing will be called. 43.5 now left to go. The net is empty. 2 hours left, and we're playing 6-on-5 extra attacker hockey. That was a long segment of continuous action. We'll see if either head coach would like to use their timeout in this scenario. Nothing for now, and it looks like we'll just play on. Here we go. Defensive zone face-off for Nate Keeley, and they will call the timeout. It's head coach Steve Harrison. That's used his timeout. All right, so 3-2 the lead for the Thunderbirds. Here's how we got here tonight. Gus Ford gave Twin City a lead in the first period at 5:58. And then at 19:38, even strength goal, an answer from Brody Thornton. That tied the game at 1. Second period, a power play goal from Josh Colton to give the River Dragons a 1-goal lead. 2:10, the time of the scoring play. But an answer on the power play from Roman Kramer from Gus Ford and Josh LaBelle at 13:03 the second period. And at 2:43 of the Culver's third period, Yuri Pastuka. Third goal of the year from Gus Ford and John Butita, and it's a 3-2 game. And so the timeout called by the Thunderbirds. Out-of-town scoreboard report from the FPHL tonight. Indiana leading Port Huron 3-1. Binghamton leading Danbury 4-1. PD with a 3-1 lead on Athens. Tie game 1-1 Watertown and Blue Ridge. Monroe's leading Biloxi 1-0. And Baton Rouge leading Topeka also 1-0. As the timeout is winding down. And so are the seconds. 43 left to go in regulation. Net is empty. Thunderbirds lead by 1. Here's the face-off, and it's won by the River Dragons. Hunter, one-timer that's blocked by Kramer. Goes into the far side corner. We'll see if Twin City can find it from there. Held onside. Hunter, another shot, and it goes screaming wide of the net. Still onside here. 25 seconds left to go. Another one-timer, and Skinner has it. Dyson Skinner with a massive save with 24 seconds left to go in the game. Kevin Sabat was on the doorstep looking for any tip-in opportunity. Now it will be Alex Gorjahan against Gus Ford in the face-off circle. Linesman has it. They wait. There's the face-off. Possession's won by the River Dragons. Up high they go. It's blocked. They look to tip it out to center. They do. What a clear by Pasuka towards the net. It's in. Yuri Pastuka into an empty net. 4-2. Thunderbirds will win tonight. Face off at center ice. What a game. And the Thunderbirds will win it. One last play from center. Pastuka has 2, 4-2's the win. Twin City wins for the 7th time this season. Win number 6 here on home ice. Their second win of the year against Columbus. And they'll take the victory lap after saluting the fans of the logo at center. 2 goals in the third period by Yuri Pastuka. Go-ahead goal in the power play. And the goal that sealed the win, empty net. Thunderbirds win on this Saturday night. And we'll step back and listen to the celebration. And so there we have it, the 3 stars of the night. Following a dramatic Culver's third period, the 3 stars of the game, as always, presented by Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist. And the first star, Dyson Skinner, we just heard from him as he gave the first star interview to JJ following the game tonight. Yuri Pastuka, the second star, and Gus Ford, the third star of tonight's game. We will speak more about it in the post-game show that's coming up, but once again here on the weekend, the Thunderbirds get great goaltending effort. Boris Babick certainly more than good enough to win the game last night. Unfortunately, he did not, but Dyson Skinner gets the win tonight, and the same story for him. His goaltending performance really good in tonight's game. Penalties were certainly the story on each side, and thankfully we didn't have any more after I announced the one to Barrow that was number 17 on the night. And so power play goals were the story. Each team able to score on the power play. We'll get to it more in the post-game show, but my goodness, a great game tonight. Really exciting matchup between these two teams and two rivals. Over the years, Columbus and the Thunderbirds meeting in the postseason, and these two teams have a lot of history. They've got 2 more games left as they will match up on the road right after the Christmas holiday. Games on the 26th and 27th on the road against the River Dragons. So it's our only trip to Columbus this season. In the regular season, you never know. They certainly could see each other in the postseason. A long way to go before we get to that point, but this, again, was just a really nice effort here on home ice. And, you know, the Thunderbirds put together a good one last night. They didn't get the result. Disappointing there in the third period to give up those 2 goals, but guess what happens? You flip the script, you turn around the next night, and you score 2 goals in the third period, the one that ended it, with Yuri Pastuka scoring the empty netter, but he gets the game-winning goal as well. And now for the first time in 6 games, we do not have a 1-score game, as the last 5 games have been decided by 1 goal, and this one essentially was, but you do get that empty netter there at the end. So we'll step aside. We'll come back for the post-game show to recap a wild one here on this Saturday night. Thunderbirds win it 4-2.
Gunny's telling you to bring your toys to Tots for hockey games this weekend. Hey, Boris, what are you doing?
Hey, packing joy for the holidays.
Is that for Toys for Tots?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Toys for Tots. The last day to bring in your toys to our games is December 12th. Flock together.
Go Birds.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
And welcome back live inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Kendall Grayson with you for the post-game show after another Twin City Thunderbirds win. This one is win number 7 on the 25-26 regular season campaign. Back-to-back really good games this weekend against the Columbus River Dragons, both on home ice. And as I mentioned, in a few weeks, we'll see the River Dragons on the other side behind enemy lines with a game on the 26th and the 27th. Then the series coming up next weekend first against PD, as the Ice Cats will host the Thunderbirds on Friday night, and then the Thunderbirds will have a game against the Ice Cats right back here 1 week from tonight at 6:05. And you know where to get your tickets. It's WSFairgrounds.com, TwinCityThunderbirds.com, Ticketmaster.com, or by calling the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena box office at 336-727-2236. You can also stop by the box office during box office hours during the week. And we remind you that they have the holiday 4-pack Thunderbird tickets and ice skating passes package that's going on, $60. 4 tickets to an upcoming Thunderbirds home game in the month of December. We're now down to 2 of them, Saturday night of next week against PD. And then Wednesday, December 31st, 8:35, special start time for that one, as it is a New Year's Eve game against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. And that's available online as well. So that's how to come out and see us in the next few weeks, and we hope that you'll do that. And what a game this was. So we'll get to the recap of tonight's game. And Thunderbirds unable to score a power play goal in the first period. There were 6 power plays that were given to the Thunderbirds that they also earned with some good play. There was the one right off the bat. Tyler Barrow got a pregame warm-up violation penalty, which is a bench minor, 2 minutes. And that was at 0 seconds of the first period. That one is handed out. And so then it just became really just a flood of penalties throughout the game, and we'll get to those as power play goals are scored. But the Thunderbirds were unable to strike on the power play in the first period, but they do get an even strength scoring play from Gus Ford. So Ford scores last night, only goal of the night last night for Twin City, team leading 12th, and tonight he scores his team leading 13th of the season, both in the first period, in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Jan Salak gets the assist on that scoring play. So it's 1-0 at that point at 5:58, and the Thunderbirds out and running, leading with a 1-goal lead. But at 19:38 of the Pine Tree Tavern first period, it's a goal scored by Brody Thornton, assisted by Ryan Hunter and Tyler Barrow. And so that goal goes in with just under half a minute to play in the first period. 1-1 after one. The shots on goal officially in the first were 14 for the Thunderbirds and 10 for the River Dragons. We go to the second period, and Columbus takes a lead. It was their only lead of the hockey game, as it turned out, as Josh Colton scored at 2:10 of the Flow second period. Cody Wickline and Ryan Galvin assisted on the goal. With less than 7 minutes remaining in the second period, you could maybe argue, maybe the biggest goal of the night, Yuri Pastuka gets the game winner, but the scoring play there from Roman Kramer on the power play from Gus Ford and Josh LaBelle, it was certainly a momentum builder. It tied the game at 2, but it was great to see a power play goal go in. And the Thunderbirds see another one go in the third period, but that one really started it, and Roman Kramer scores there. 6th goal of the season for him. And we have a 2-2 tie after 2. Shots on goal in the second period heavily favored the River Dragons, and then they heavily favored the Thunderbirds once again in the third period. But in the second period, Columbus outshot Twin City by a 14-5 margin. We go to the third period, and we're tied at 2. Yuri Pastuka scores for the 3rd time this season, and so that gets him into double digits for points. That'll also be his 10th point of the year. Power play goal from Gus Ford and John Butita. So that's at 2:43. And the Thunderbirds go in front by a goal at 3-2. And it was a 1-goal hockey game for much of the third period, nearly all of the third period. And it came down to the end there. It's certainly same kind of thing last night where the goalie's out. And we've seen that so many times the last few weeks. I mentioned the last 3 weekends have all been 1-goal games. Thunderbirds have won some, they've lost some, but they've been 1-goal games, and they win this one officially by 2 goals. But, you know, a very comfortable position that this team has found themselves in, certainly in the last few weeks, over and over. And they find an empty net goal, and it was off the boards. And I think Yuri Pastuka was just really trying to get that out of the zone and just clear it. The River Dragons, if that had gone the length of the ice and not gone in and not been icing, the River Dragons were probably going to have, 15 seconds to get back out of the zone, go chase that puck down, reload, get through center, dump it onside or carry it onside, likely dump it onside, chase after it. And so really that clear was, likely going to end the game anyway. But I think for Pastuka, certainly a nice moment to see that go all the way off the boards, down the ice, into the goal. And you could hear the noise from the crowd after that went in. This place has been deafening over the years, and lots of noise here from this crowd tonight on this Saturday night. And so that just sent the building into a frenzy after he had scored the power play goal against the empty net goal. And that's how this game ends tonight. 17 penalties called total in tonight's game. And as I mentioned there during the third period, 17 penalties, you'll see it every now and then, and you sometimes see more than that. But when you look at the score sheet after a game like that, you'll see some roughs, and you'll see misconduct penalties handed out, unsportsmanlike, and ejections and fights and things of that nature. We had none of that tonight, zero. There was not a single roughing call. There was not a single fight. There was not a single unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. It was all cross-checking, hooking, tripping, high-sticking. We had the weird call there to start the game, the pregame warm-up violation. You had a too many men against the Thunderbirds in the third period. But it was just really all over the place, and it seemed like the whole game essentially was played on a power play or a penalty kill for these two teams. I don't think we had a single 4-on-4 sequence tonight. We had one of those last night. And so that's the penalty sheet for tonight's game that just ended up being a wild one. So I mentioned the Thunderbirds heavily outshot the River Dragons in the third period. That was a 10-5 shots on goal margin in the third and final frame of regulation time tonight. Each team finished the night with 29 shots on goal. The 3 stars of the night presented by Atrium Health, and Dyson Skinner the first star, Yuri Pastuka the second star, Caleb Ford, Gus Ford the third star of the game. We hope that you'll tune in. Speaking of that Caleb Ford mention, we hope you'll tune in to the Coach Harry show that's coming up from Little Italy on Tuesday with Jacob Schnapp. It was at Little Italy that one of the fan questions for the show was how did Gus Ford get his name and his nickname, and he explained that on the coach's show. And so you have to be there for the Coach Harry show, or you have to watch it on the replay on Thursdays on YouTube, or find it here throughout the broadcast on the bits and pieces of the show that we're able to bring to you during our intermission breaks. But we really hope that you'll be able to join us there at Little Italy. Should be a great one coming up on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock with Jacob Schnapp. So Gus Ford's the third star, Yuri Pastuka's the second star, Dyson Skinner the first star of the night. We will have one last look at the out-of-town scoreboard report here for the FPHL scores from around the league. So it is now a 7-1 game for Binghamton in the second period against Danbury. 3-1, Indiana is leading Port Huron. And I mentioned this last night, on the air, that Indiana's the last place team in the Empire Division, and they got a road win against Port Huron, the second place team. They have 33 points, Port Huron, last night, and Indiana's trying to do it again tonight. And they've got the lead in that game at 2-0 there in the first period. Now 3-1, in the second period. So 3-1 the score there. PD leading Athens at 3-1 in the second period. Blue Ridge and Watertown tied at 1. Also showing to us as in the second period. Monroe has a 2-goal lead over Biloxi at 2-0 in the first period, and Baton Rouge with a 1-goal advantage on home ice against Topeka. We'll take a look at the upcoming home games in the month of December, and I just mentioned these here earlier in the post-game show. But if you're watching on YouTube, we see it on the screen now that the Columbus games have been played. We actually have one that you don't see on the screen that was against PD, of course, last week. But here on the weekend, new graphic on the broadcast showing these home games here on the weekend against Columbus. And so now we're down to 2 in the month of December. We've got the home game 1 week from tonight against the PD Ice Cats, 6:05, the time of the puck drop. And now when I mentioned that Twin City and Columbus play each other 6 times this season, Twin City and PD play each other 13 times this year. And so the Ice Cats and the Thunderbirds certainly familiar with each other at this point. And the Thunderbirds have the lead in that series. It's 4-2 right now through the first 6 games of that series. And then we've got the New Year's Eve showdown against Blue Ridge coming up on Wednesday, December the 31st. Of course, New Year's Eve, and the 8:35 puck drop time. So that's a look at what's coming up next. And we mentioned that as there are ways to get your tickets. We've got the $60 ticket package that's going on, the Holiday 4-pack, which includes 4 tickets to either. You can choose the Saturday game against PD on the way, or the New Year's Eve game against Blue Ridge, either or. 4 passes for public skate and free parking that always comes with these games here at the fairgrounds. We thank you for tuning in, as we always do each and every night, and this weekend we thank you for spending your weekend with the Twin City Thunderbirds. It was a disappointing result last night, although there was good hockey certainly played by this team, and they do get the result that they were looking for tonight. Final score is 4-2. We hope that you can join us here 1 week from tonight at 6:05. Our next broadcast will be on the road, as the Thunderbirds will play the PD Ice Cats at 7:15 at the Florence Center on Friday night. So 7:15, we'll be on the air at 7 o'clock for our pregame show for that one. The road games this season being broadcast live on both YouTube and Facebook. We have the YouTube video feed for the home games, and as always, WTOB, our audio partners, we thank them for carrying the games on the radio. Many of you may be listening to the post-game show now, and thanks for coming out and supporting the team tonight or last night as we had these two games here on home ice this weekend. Really appreciate it as the Thunderbirds win this one. So until next weekend, the back-to-back battles against the PD Ice Cats, Kendall Grayson signing off from the fairgrounds here at the end of the post-game show. What a night it was. Yuri Pastuka gets 2 goals, the game winner, the empty net goal that sealed the win. And in the end, it's Twin City 4 and Columbus 2. Good night from Winston-Salem.